I'm live. Come on. I'm live, baby. Woo! I'm back up in the building, huh? Been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a strong rock step to. Woo! 4 months for a brother. Back up in this piece. You'll be back up in this spot. I'll let you boy, Black Hot Fire, baby. Black Hot Fire. What just happened, man? What's this thing doing? Commercials on my shit. Woo! We up in this piece. It's been a minute. Want to hear from everybody tonight. Call-in number's gonna be 505-715-6496. But here for everybody, it's been a minute. Call in and talk your shit to the brother. Cause it's all good. Woo! It's all good. Been a long time. What the hell is this? When they changed the damn thing, I just hate this damn. That's the backdrop I even had. What is this thing doing, man? This damn TikTok does his own thing. It's crazy. Changed my whole damn background. All right. Back up in the building, it's been a minute, family. Back up in this place again. Welcome everybody. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, but I'm back. Feel it in the air. been a minute. It's been a minute, everybody. Woo!
Now they wanna listen to us trying to say freaking you, come and talk to me. Rush, baby, just like a morning. So pretty, girl, you belong in the
Little rusty, fam. Look at him in been back up in this place, huh? Little rusty. We're gonna talk about this Israel American attack tonight. Is America finally getting what it deserves? Is America finally getting what it deserves? Shout out to everybody on TikTok, I see. I don't know what they switched the background so much live. It's crazy, this TikTok. Like I said, calling number's gonna be 505-715-6496.
Baby girl is crossfit. I'm on the bottom. Diamonds on my chest like a bishop. And these ones right here ain't no hiccup. These ones right here gon' really these times really gonna make you I'm like this time it's wrong time. I need to know it's wrong time. Cause if not, I know it's wrong.
Everybody get on up in this joint for a little bit, see what's going on. Alright. Excuse the background of this TikTok. I had the background up there. You know I went live and switched to this. Shit's crazy. How do you switch the damn background back? I even switched the background back on this thing. I haven't used TikTok in almost a damn year. Because every time I go on the TikTok, they take my account down. So I stopped using it. I stopped using it, started taking my account down. So I stopped using the TikTok thing. I forgot to use it. How do I switch my damn shit back?
Magic City, my crib is nice. I wipe me out home tonight, the pad on the I see you old, looking like some old. I'm in the Sachi mansion with some Gucci gold slipper. I got her put on my mind as if she a gold digger. That spandex might chip on my antics, might take off the bandage, might fall like a service.
Shout out to everybody on the radio. I know y'all surprised to hear me on the radio station tonight. But I'm back. I'm back. Woo! Let's chop it up. Is there a freak in you? We gonna chop this thing up. Good on, Michelle. You guys on another channel, YouTube, okay? I see.
You won't catch me in no shark book.
Yeah, we're getting like.
Next you gotta wait till their birthday to go right myself. Yeah, I talk a lot of shit. He like who you think you is. Nigga like a bitch. Nigga like a hoe. I think he got one up on me. I'll turn this shit like $3.
morning, family. I ain't been everywhere in a minute, huh?
Might tell you once, won't tell you twice. If I set up, we be alright. See, I'm gon' tweet and I'm gon' fight facts. Yeah, they all swear it's that little high. Ain't got no cost, I don't think right. But bro say I can't even do that. Why? How? When? Where? Just let me know how you wanna play it, bitch. You know I'm there. If it was smoke, then I would say it, bitch. I'm crystal clear. Left my pennies satisfaction like a souvenir. When a real one hold you down, baby, you supposed to drop. You ain't no fun with no wild bitch. That's right, you out.
Anybody get on up in here? How's everybody getting down? Everybody on YouTube? Everybody on Rumble? Everybody on TikTok? Woo! It's been a minute. Everybody on the radio? Everybody on BitChute? You riding out to get everybody up in here.
You gon' meet on halfway. When I leave the club, cause it ain't nigga fuck. When you mention me, don't get rich and fuck. This is sneaky clean, but I gotta jump up in the trunk. When a real one hold you down, baby, you supposed to jump. You ain't no fun with no wild bitch, that's right, you out. You won't catch me in no shop, boo, shop right them out. Bitches gotta wait till their birthday to go out of town. Broken, yeah, I talk a lot of shit. You like who you think you is, nigga like the bitch. Broken, nigga like the hoe. Nike got one up on me, whole time this shit like me.
Alright. Let me get that there.
Wagwan everybody, welcome to the Black Hot Fire Network.
This is the Black Hot Fire Network.
Black Hot Fire Network.
Black Hot Fire Network.
The Black Hot Fire Network.
Black Hot Fire Network.
Media of the 21st century.
Alright.
Media of the 21st century.
Media of the 21st century.
Media of the 21st century.
The media of the 21st century.
Media of the 21st century.
As we dive into amazing conversations.
Get to discuss matters affecting African people,
About the African history and the African identity.
Trying to bring a Pan-Africanism renaissance.
Relationships, life, politics, and everything in between. Where we get to host some of the most amazing shows.
Talking about the creative industry in the country and outside. Studio interviews and covering events in the ground.
Where we play you the best top 10 countdown in the country.
Where we say nothing but the truth.
Do remember you can join us.
download our app, which is on the Google Play Store.
And also stream on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. So remember to follow us on our social media platforms.
And win yourself some cash prize as you tune into amazing conversation.
The media of the 21st century. This is where everything happens.
Right here only on the Black Hot Fire Network. Yeah.
Alright, fam, let me get out of that. Let me get out of this. Booyah, you should be able to see me. And let's start this thing like this. In a minute, huh? 1, 2, 1, 2. Woo! Here we go. We'll say welcome back to everybody to the Black Hot Fire Network show. I'm your host, Mr. Black Hot Fire. Always on that ass. Now we're broadcasting live from the homeland of the United States of America all the way over to the mother continent of Africa, because we're truly one of the only international radio programs, and that's what's up. I want to give a shout out to everybody watching us on YouTube, everybody on Roku. Was it Roku? No, everybody. Hold on, I got some shit going on. See, had everything worked out. Now I got all kind of damn technical difficulties. Everybody on Roku, everybody on. Woo! Strap on your headgear. You're ready for the ride. Until everything worked out. It's been a while. Shit. Come on. Black. Hot. Hi. Come on. Calling number is, I don't even remember no more. Call number's gonna be 505-715-6496. We live, family. Woo! Live. Hot. Nice. Come on. Woo! We're live on the radio station. We're live on the TV station. We're on Roku. We're on Amazon. We're on Android. We're everywhere tonight. Black. Hot. Nice. Come on. Come on. Black, hot, nice. It's been a minute for me, family. Come on. I'm a little bit rusty. Like I said, it's been a minute. Black, hot, hey! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Black, hot, hey! We back up in the spot tonight. It's been a minute, but we back up in here. Black, hot, hey! It's been about 4 months, 4 or 5 months, but I'm back. Woo! So good. Black, hot, right. Come on. Woo! Woo! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Black, hot, right. Oh! Black, hot, hey! Woo! Heard that in such a long hot, black, hot, hey! Come on. Oh man, that feels good to my soul. I ain't heard that in a minute. Jesus Christ. I heard that thing song in a minute, right? I ain't heard that in a minute. Welcome back to everybody. Heard that in a minute. Shit. Been crazy. Been crazy. So family, I want to say hello to everybody on, like I said, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Rumble, everybody on, what are we on, BitChute? Shit, we everywhere. Everybody on the radio station, everybody on TikTok, everybody, like I said, on your Roku TV stations, on your Apple TV stations, on your Android TV stations. You know, we're everywhere tonight. So thanks to everybody for joining us. I appreciate it. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, shit. All right. Try to shut the shit off for a second. 1 second. So I know everybody's already familiar with what's going on with what's happening in Iran right now and Israel. So we know a week ago that Israel One second. thought some ride-out music always got a good commercial with it. So, okay, here we go. All right, here we go. All right. We have a little ride-out music while I'm talking, right? Okay, family. So we know what's going on with Iran and Israel. Oh, my damn mic. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hold on, my mic is having problems. Crazy, yo. Glad everything worked out tonight. I get back on here. All kind of technical difficulties going on in a second. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Shit, it's crazy. All right, that's better. Crazy. But anyway, like I said, I'm a little rusty. It's been a minute. Seem to be having mic issues now all of a sudden, which is crazy. So last week, unbeknownst to Iran, you had Israel and America do a surprise strike again, right? Same thing they did last summer when they were supposed to be working out this nuclear deal, saying that Iran, was going to capitulate and not be able to have nuclear arms at all, right? And they were not going to be allowed to have nuclear arms at all. So the situation at hand is that when does America and Israel get to dictate other people's defense of their nations? And they all do the same nonsense talking about everyone's a terrorist but them. No, Iran has bombed and murdered no one. Who is Iran invaded? Please let me know. When America has a war after war after war, and this moronic ass Donald Trump, right? This idiot, and the other Epstein class, these individuals, have been caught doing all kind of heinous stuff according to the Epstein files. And we know they want to keep that out of America's consciousness with these Epstein files. But sadly, I don't think it bothers most Americans, especially most white Americans, because they're mostly the pedophilia is what's the way they want you to word it now? These what is it? How they word it now? That PDF file. Make sure I get it correct. Being a PDF file. Being a PDF file seems to be the norm in America, run by psychopathic, genocidal PDF files, right? And they're trying to convince you that Iran is the bad guy. And right now, Iran has been planning for this war for the past 30, 40 years at least, right? They've been planning for this for the past 30, 40 years at least. So it's absolutely crazy that okay, here we go. It's absolutely crazy that they're trying to call Iran the terrorist. When we know with them it's always about capturing someone's resources, regime change, and making the world more comparable for the bankers who control this planet. So there's no more illusion that you got elections that actually work for anybody. Bankers control the planet. They fund both sides of the wars. And us with this huge ass military budget that we can't explain. This moron comes into office. Somebody wants to raise it $500 billion more. He wants to be $1.5 trillion. Now we know this is a grift, and sadly, it is a money exchange program that we're doing, right? It's a money exchange program that we're doing because shouldn't the weapons that we build cost that much money? So all we're doing is funneling money to these individuals that own all the military industrial complex. So you're getting all this. That's why you got a $500 hammer and a $1,000 refrigerator and a $1,200 toilet and all this other nonsense. And since, sadly enough, white people in America have done so much wretched shit, they feel scared about everything and get all this propaganda towards defense. If you don't defend the country, they're against defense. Now, we don't got no money for schools, we don't got no money for housing, we don't got any money for medical issues, but we always got money for more war. More military, while everything else suffers. Our infrastructure's falling apart. Now, we don't got no money for that. That's all socialism or some other kind of fake narrative that these morons keep giving you through the propaganda. But American people fall further and further behind in their living standards. Now, this thing now is going to cause serious problems with inflation. Oil prices are going to go through the roof. You know that, right? Oil prices are going to go through the roof. You can't afford your gas. You can't get back and forth to work. Thank God, winter's coming to an end. That's going to raise your electric bill astronomically if you're dealing with any kind of heating element. All because suppose that Iran was evil. All this nonsense, evil talk. And so unbeknownst to them, Iran had properly prepared for the last 40 years that now they're bombing the shit. They're bombing the shit out everyone around them, all their neighbors around them. Right? All the big puppet states that were created by the British when the Ottoman Empire collapsed after World War I, the fake kings and queens, these fake families that they call democracies, and nothing more than dictatorships, right? They're nothing more than dictatorships. Of course, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, the Emirates, that's a wicked-ass dictatorship. Qatar, a wicked-ass fake family dictatorship. Bahrain, another fake family dictatorship. Saudi Arabia, House of Saud, all these fake kingdoms created by the British Empire after World War I. But they don't have no problem with calling these places dictatorships because they were given their oil money and invested in the American economy, putting their money back in the stock market. So that was propping up our economy. So no problem with these dictatorships. Don't ever let America tell you that they believe in any kind of democracy. It's always fake. There's not one democracy over there in the Middle East. So since these bootlicking Arab countries were collaborating with Israel and the United States, and they had all these American military bases, and let's understand, these are mostly like protection rackets, right? These are mostly like protection rackets. That America protects these fake kings from their own people. That's what it's about. So they protect them against their own people from overthrowing their fake ass that the British put in power 100 years ago. All these fake kings. All these fake kings and queens, right? So Iran has been hitting the shit out of Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, because they've all helped Israel and the United States attack them. Right? And supposedly, Iran is the bad guy. That's what I'm telling you, Iran is evil. And I ask you again, who has Iran murdered and killed? Israel's been out here murdering and killing people. Sadly enough, this country controls all our foreign policy. Controls all the government, right? Through AIPAC. All these senators, all these ridiculous ass congressmen are all bought and controlled for. You got Marco Rubio out here even honestly saying, you know what? The reason why we went to Iran is because we had to, because they were gonna, Israel was gonna go first and we had to go, what? How's Israel going to bomb another country that have anything to do with the United States? How's that? Oh, because they control Congress. See, it's a scam. So you send your tax dollars. Anybody, every time they do one of these campaigns, they never tell you that Israel has free health care. In America, it's bad. It's socialism. It's communism. Ain't that what they tell you? Socialism, communism, it's all bad, right? Isn't that what they tell you? But Israel can have free health care. I mean, great health care. Paid for by us. But it's not socialism and capitalism, because they won't tell you that. Israel has free school, right? Free college. While we paying all these astronomical prices to go to school for jobs that won't even be there anymore because of AI, right? Because of artificial intelligence. Most of your jobs are going to be gone in a few years, unless you go into the trades, unless you become a plumber or electrician or a mechanic or something. Other than that, all the jobs are going to be gone because AI is going to eat up all your jobs. And it's funny that AI has been supplemented, right, by our tax dollars. So we're supplementing in a industry that's going to put the majority of Americans out of work. Does that make any sense? Doesn't you know your whole government is captured? We're supplementing this AI nonsense. We're destroying most of our communities because of the servers that need so much water. So it's destroying the communities that they build all these servers in. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I'll turn the button if you guys want to join. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that wild? And so, like I said, the problem is that they've had Iran. They didn't think it was going to be fighting back, and so they've had mass censorship, right? Mass censorship everywhere. So there's been mass censorship everywhere. And they don't want you to see what's going on in Israel as they bomb it back to the Stone Age. Right? They want to tell you everything's good. There's only been 5 or 6 Americans dying, and we know that's a lie. Because Iran has successfully hit numerous military bases and even some embassies over there. But the word on the streets through the fake propaganda, Fox News, MSNBC, NBC, CBS, CNN, that there's only 7 or 8 servicemen that have been unalived. Isn't that crazy? 8 to 7 servicemen that's been unalived. And Iran's been blowing up whole bases, whole embassies. We only got 7 or 8 casualties. Wow. This is amazing. And now we found out that there's a Delta Force individuals that have been captured parachuting into Iran. But of course they want to tell you it's propaganda. So I'm sure Iran's going to put these guys' faces up to show that it's real. That you had a whole Delta Force squadron that's been captured in Iran. Right? But can someone tell me what has been Iran's crime? Oh, surviving independently of the global cabal. Of this global cabal that we know runs the world. So there's no more conspiracy theories, no more you got real governments. You got this moron Trump allegedly, let's go put the allegedly sign with him and these Epstein files, right? And all the heinous stuff that's come out. And all this, and it's so heinous, it's so treacherous and sad. These files, all these people have been implicated. All the Congress, and if all American Congress has been implicated in these files. Doing this heinous stuff to children, eating children, essaying children. It's beyond belief. But you want to listen to them and let them try to tell you who's the good guys and the bad guys. Is this absolutely crazy? They want to tell you who's the good guys and who's the bad guys, right? They want to tell you who's the good guys and who's the bad guys. Now we know in the beginning of this strike that was unannounced. Notice how we do sneak attacks now. that they murdered the leader's whole family. Murdered his daughter, son-in-law, his grandchildren, and all his aides. Just blew them up. And then they blew up schools like, which they've been known to do. Blew up a school of girls and try to pretend they don't know nothing about it. It's indiscriminately blowing up children and sadly enough, America bombing has been indiscriminately. They've been blowing up schools, hospitals, and then turn around and tell you it's Iran that's blowing up all these civilian places. Well, we know that's America and Israel's MO. That's their modus operandi. It's what they've been doing. And it's what they do. And give me a second. I'm gonna share some of these videos with you guys. Wait a second. Give me a second.
Don't think about it. Who is this? Just say the first thing that pops in your head.
Wait, let me see these videos I want to queue up. Give me a second, guys. Let me queue up some of this stuff here. Hold on.
Leave my apartment.
We lost this war. It's over, done, finished. There's not a damn thing we can do to reverse trend. And now they're getting stupid now. They're mobilizing the 82nd Airborne as we speak. They're sending out warning orders to other units. Donald Trump went from we're not going to have a ground war to today saying, I think it might be a good idea to have a ground war. Well, I will also say this. In 2007, I was at the School of Advanced Military Studies in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, where I'd been invited to come in and speak.
Yeah, that's true. Iran did release the black individuals because they knew they wasn't spies, but they figured they wouldn't be spies in 79, 80 when they had their Iranian Revolution, when they would get rid of the Shah. Yes, that is true. They allowed the black people to leave, because we're not usually caught up in all kind of heinous shit. But let me let Scott really explain what's going on.
The student body. And they took me through where the majors were doing up their workup. And oftentimes, like we saw this at the Marine Corps at the Command and Staff College too, major school, you get real world problems. And then they just tell the majors to run with it. And then guys come in and look at it and say, hey, this is pretty innovative. This is innovative. The majors were working a scenario where Iran had attacked Azerbaijan in the United States. We lost this war. It's over, done, finished. There's not a damn thing we can do to reverse trend.
These shouldn't go together, but I'm gonna make it work.
Because right now, he's calling out Trump for everything. He's been doing it for a while. And he's in that.
And also these MAGA morons are going crazy because, some of them are leaving, but some of them still want to be some kind of crazy cult, right? A lot of these MAGA morons are realizing that Trump was always a puppet. It took him a long time. Remember, they all caught up in that fake Q nonsense, Q dressed the plan, and they had Trump supposedly saving babies, all that fake propaganda they were doing 6-7 years ago with that Q nonsense, trust the plan. And Trump is all up in the Epstein files, allegedly committing all kind of crimes, high crimes and misdemeanors. But these MAGA systems, for them, everything's based on racism. So they can't compute, or they can't even let go of this heinous, no good, ridiculous individual who's been causing harm to the American people. They can't fathom, because for them, all this racism comes first, sadly, right? Sadly. So with Trump, giving them the okie doke, no new wars. Trump has been in more wars in the first year again than anybody again. He didn't bomb the Houthis, he didn't bomb Somalia, he didn't bomb Iran last year, and Iran again. He's bombed them again. So look at me. He talking about this. How am I violating anything? Look at this. I'm gonna get a warning. What are you talking about? I'm gonna get a warning for saying that. See, I ain't been on TikTok in almost a year. As soon as I get back on say anything, I always get a violation. That's what I told y'all, that FBA bullshit they be doing, that's fake. That's some CIA, FBI nonsense they allow. So I get on here just talk about this Iran and Israel. I get all these, I get all these strikes and all this nonsense. What if I said untrue? What if I said that's not true? Nothing. What if I said offensive? Nothing. So why am I getting a red comment for saying that? Right? What if I said that's untrue? Nothing. That's why I ain't been on this TikTok app in almost a year. And as soon as I get back on it, it's the same old shit. As soon as I get back on it. And all we're doing is talking about what's going on in the world, all the propaganda and the censorship that they're doing, that they want to show.
Podcast world. He doesn't have the platform of a Joe Rogan necessarily, but he has a whole lot of people who listens to him. And a whole lot of people have went on his show to vent about what's going on with Iran, to vent about what's going on with grocery prices, to vent about what's going on with the Epstein files. And Tucker's sitting there playing really well at the moment, this voice of reason, and sounding like a reasonable person. Donald Trump, on the other hand, is throwing him under the bus by saying something like this, and I'm not going to play Trump's clip, but Trump said, Tucker has lost his way. I knew that a long time ago, and he's not MAGA. MAGA is saving our country. MAGA is making our country great again. MAGA is America first, and Tucker is none of those things. And Tucker is really not smart enough to understand that. Now, there's several different ways I could take that quote. I could take it that, well, okay, there's trouble in paradise. MAGA is split. MAGA is broken. Or I could say to you,
if you have a big...
I'm waiting for it.
I'm never spending 300. We have breaking news from the most moral city in the world. This is real. This is what they woke up to. This is very, very reminiscent of what Gaza looked like in 2023 and the years before. We can definitely see the impacts of the Iranian missiles. We can definitely see that they understand how serious this war is. And we can definitely see that Iran did not come to play.
So you see they turned Israel into a parking lot. Oh, is that going to give me a strike on TikTok? So they turned that right into,
and this is also breaking news coming from Iran. Iranian officials have officially confirmed that a U.S. air operation in Tehran failed and 173 American soldiers and officers.
So there's been 173 officers that have been parachuted into Iran, the Delta Force, but supposedly this is propaganda. And I'm sure Iran's probably going to come out on a Monday and display these Americans. And somehow it's still going to be propaganda, right? As they tried to go get the Kurds to help invade Iran, the Kurds said, nah, no thank you. No thank you. Said no thank you. Nah, we're not going to invade. We're not going to do none of that. For what? What do we get? And Turkey said that, well, if you arm the Kurds, that's an act of war. And you already had Israel saying that Turkey is next. What if Turkey invaded Israel? All these people get to be next. Get to be next with these insane psychopaths. Everybody gets to be next.
From the United States military's elite unit known as Delta Force were captured. Now, no one from the White House has released a press conference on this. No one from the White House is even talking about the hospital in Germany that had to shut down because of the influx of soldiers that are coming in.
Now they're saying allegedly that there's a hospital in Germany, a military hospital that's been taking so many American casualties that they've had to shut down the place. But of course you've been told there's only 7 to 8 casualties, right? And they frozen my TikTok. That's funny. Like I said, I ain't been doing the show. You guys know I ain't doing no show. I ain't been in TikTok in almost a year, since last August, because they took down the whole account. That's why I took all that fake FBA and all that fake argument is fake. Because they can say all kind of crazy shit on there. Go back and forth, hate all kind of black people, and none of those accounts ever get taken down. I get on here in a minute and my TikTok is being flagged already. I ain't been on this thing in almost a year. Since last August. Last time I did a TikTok show live. last August. That's how you know all that FBA nonsense is sponsored by the government to cause confusion and division amongst black people. Because there's all kind of crazy stuff talking on any of those live streams. It ain't none of them get taken down. Imagine that.
And receiving operations, and some of them are passing away in the hospital because of their injuries. And I wanted to show you guys this. So according to Israeli media reports, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard has sent a message to Israelis' phones urging them to leave the country. No shelter can provide safety. The message stated, the last American radar systems in the region have been destroyed. Your government leaders are lying to you. Leave the country. Missiles are on their way. No shelter can provide safety. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard. And this was reported at 10:41. IDF says identifies launch of missiles towards Israel from Iran. And here is the message. Iran warns Israelis via SMS, U.S. radars destroyed, free the country. And of course, I had to translate it to see for myself. But here is the message here where they're telling them to flee the country. Now let's see what damage they received.
So Iran has sent messages to the phones of the Israelis telling them to leave the country because their government can no longer protect them. And that them going to these shelters is not going to keep them alive because now Iran is using bunker buster missiles to now unalive people inside these bunkers. So they're giving them a PSA, a public service announcement to leave. Leave the airport for your own good. But I don't know they're going to leave all the airports are destroyed. Unless they get in the boat. Oh, they've always left the thing open going to Egypt. They can all go to Egypt and get out that way. But Iran at least been nice, hey, leave the country because your government's now not able to save you or keep you protected to what we're doing to you.
הם טוענים שכן אפשר לראות פה את הרסיס, אני לא רואה מאומה.
And this Iranian journalist reported in front of the flames of a burning oil depot. Yesterday, I showed you guys a video of a car traveling onto like a ramp-like highway, and he recorded it. It looked extremely apocalyptic. Switzerland says United States-Israeli attacks on Iran are a violation of international law. Iranians are reporting thick black clouds of smoke this morning following Israeli airstrikes on oil depots and refineries. Rain is being described as black and oily, with the Iranian government warning of acid rain. And this I reported on last night. Now we get to see what it really looks like in the morning. Iranian IRGC struck a whole Kuwaiti building, reporting at least unaliving of 43 CIA and Mossad agents and top-tier C3I star personnel. And APEC is saying that the Iranian regime is launching cluster booms at Israel's largest cities, aiming to injure and unalive as many civilians as possible. And here we have the aftermath in a street in Tel Aviv. Iran has shut down an American JASSM cruise missile shot down by Iran's air defense systems in the sky of Markazi province. And this is it this morning. Iran has launched a new wave of ballistic missiles towards Israel. And here is another still from this morning as well. And another. We have defended our lands for thousands of years and will continue to do that for as long as it takes. Our soldiers are waiting for an enemy to enter our soil to unalive them and destroy them. We never give up, never surrender. Our dignity is not for sale. And this is also being reported that the UAE has denied the involvement in the strike on the water desalination facilities. They say the source of the story.
Now they're saying they hit the desalination services, right? And I said that's what they were going to hit. Because if you don't know, water is in scarcity over there because it's in a desert. So I said that would be the one thing that they would do, would hit, the osmosis machines over there to make sure that they would be able to drink water. So like I said, this thing's now escalating, right? This is what you find yourself now escalating. It's crazy. That's what you find now, that's escalating to a point that they're attacking each other's water supply. And remember, also food, 70-80% food. Damn that. Damn that. 80% of the food is also shipped in there. So with the Strait of Hormuz being shut down, the supply of food is only going to be 6 to 7 months, and then that's going to run out, right? Because if they don't get put into this war within 6 to 7 months, you're going to start starvation because everything is shipped in. You can't grow any food in the desert. So all them beautiful buildings, everybody wants to go to Dubai, have fun in Dubai. Well, Dubai doesn't grow any food. Abu Dhabi doesn't grow any food. Bahrain doesn't grow any food. Qatar doesn't grow any food. That's why they're trying to balance land back in Africa so they can grow their food and ship food into them. That's what's going on.
Is Israeli, and that this could harm UAE-Israeli relations. So that's something to think about too, especially when you look at the Persian Gulf that divides Iran and Dubai. And the Iranian armed forces are quoted as saying, "We have built advanced, untapped arsenals of missiles and drones far beyond what the enemy has seen. Any further aggression will unleash a response never experienced in history." Lebanon's foreign minister has condemned Iranian attacks on several Arab countries and said Hezbollah's military actions do not represent the Lebanese state. In a post on X summarizing remarks made during an Arab League meeting, Foreign Minister Youssef said Lebanon strongly condemns Iranian strikes on Gulf Arab states as well as Jordan and Iraq. Now, when addressing Israel,
where's the Press TV at? Where you seen it on Jibber Jabber? The Iranian News Press TV. Where you get it on YouTube? You get it on TikTok, Twitter? Where's that on? Let us know.
Bombardment of Lebanon, he said Hezbollah has disregarded Lebanon's national interests, accusing the group of acting independently of the state. That is all I have for you guys. Enjoy the videos. As always, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and I'll be back later on this afternoon to give you guys an update.
מי הבעלים של הבית? אז אתה. רק מחליט מילה? תתארגן, אין בעיה.
We have break.
Does anyone actually know how fearless?
You're asking me what type of food Israel reproduced from the soil, what type of material. What are you talking about? Your question doesn't make any sense, man. Call in. You guys can call in at 505-715-6496. So I know what you're saying. We're free to call in, guys.
Guys, it's happening. Everyone stay calm, but it is happening. Western outlets like Sky News are reporting that, quote, America's allies in the Middle East are reportedly begging Donald Trump for a swift end to the conflict, end quote. Why? Why are they begging for a swift end? Well, in the last 48 hours, reports are coming out that make two things clear. Number one, America's Middle Eastern friends and allies, your Saudi Arabia, your Qatar, your Kuwait, your Bahrain, your UAE, they want an end to the war and are super upset. It's hurt their feelings. That Iran's attacks on the US bases in their countries, and more recently the oil and gas infrastructure in some of these countries, has been targets, right? It's hurt their feelings and their wallets and their citizens, of course, most importantly, their wallets. Their citizens. That was no surprise, by the way, that the Gulf monarchies opposed the war now, because I covered extensively before the war the fact that these countries did not want the war in the first place. They said not from our soil, not in our name, and America was like, here's the middle finger. This is not the middle finger, but I can't actually use the middle finger stuff. I'll feel bad. I'll feel like a bad boy. And I'm not a bad boy. I'm a good boy. I'm a nerd. They didn't want the war in the first place, right? They said not from our soil. And America, by and large, actually agreed. They evacuated a lot of their base troops and set them up in hotels, civilian hotels, human shields, much. But let's not talk about that now. the Gulf monarchies lobbied America against the war, publicly for sure, privately also probably, right? But this is point number 2. Their interception. Guys, it's happening. Everyone stay calm, but it is happening. Western outlets.
The Justice Department has published some additional Epstein files related to allegations that President Trump sexually abused a minor. That's after an NPR.
Now we already know that Donald Trump had allegedly abused minors back in the 90s that he paid out payments to. Back in the early 90s, like one 7-year-old kid, one 9-year-old child, another 8-year-old. So I'm talking about at least 3 of them that we know we gave payouts to. But these Epstein files, these things are like I said, they're heinous. And these MAGA morons they don't care about the children being raped. I told you, and also don't get it twisted with the Democrats either. There's no Democrat or Republican party. They're controlled by the same individuals. Okay? So don't think there's one good and one bad. They're both controlled opposition. No, that's why nothing changes. Once you get one fake Democrat in there, doesn't do anything, you get a Republican, but you always get these endless wars. Because remember, the military-industrial complex is nothing but a Ponzi scheme for laundering money. That's why all these budgets don't make any sense, right? The budgets are $1 trillion. They want to make $1.5 trillion, where they supposedly create all these messed up ancient weapons that shit don't even work against Iran. All these outdated weapons that don't even work, right? So all these outdated weapons that don't even work, we're paying trillions of dollars for, but that's why we can't have health care. Oh no, it's communism, it's socialism. You got the American people fighting back and forth because they're highly propagandized too. That's what you see. You see the highly propaganda, right? They don't know the difference between what's good and what's not. Well, we can't have good infrastructure anymore. Well, we can't have good school, good roads, good nothing. But all that money, ironically, goes what? To Israel. Isn't that funny? Israel can have free hospitals, but it's not socialism or communism because it's our money. Isn't that funny? It's our money that pays for that. And no one's upset. It's our money. All right? No one said, oh, Israel's practicing communism and socialism. Well, all our money goes to give them free health care, and really good health care at that. And did you know if any Israeli comes to America, their health care is still free here? Can you imagine that? But that's why we're the dupes. They get free education, but if you say it, it causes an internal fight because remember, your money's supposed to go to support them, also to go to support this industrial complex. So you get the majority of Americans being scared when they do these political campaigns. Talk about, he's soft, don't cry. He's soft on defense. We need more money for defense. So you now got a money laundering scheme where you're giving all your money to defense and they're making these crappy ass outdated weapons. But trillions of dollars worth of damn weapons should cost $2.50. You pay $1 million for some weapon that should cost $50. That's how they keep the scam going on and on and on. And you have nothing. You end up with absolutely nothing. Right? You can't pay your rent, can't pay your food. You know, your electric bill is sky high, your grocery bill is sky high. Isn't that crazy? But they'll gaslight you. Oh, you're not MAGA. You're not the Democrat. You have these Democrats going crazy. On the left, the fake left, you have these Republicans going crazy on the fake right. It's all fake. It's all kabuki theater, guys. Because all the money keeps getting leveled up to the top. And then as they get your money, every time you get one of these morons in office, they always give tax breaks to themselves. You get all of Congress that's all hooked into the industrial complex, to the military industrial complex, through what? Through stocks. They're allowed to buy stocks. They're all in control. They're all controlled by, the little country in the so-called Middle East. Cats with them hats. It's all bought and paid for. It's crazy. And American people get duped for so many years, nothing changed. You keep getting this fake back and forth duopoly. It's fake. It's fake. It's phony. They both work together to make sure you do not have, that all your money is siphoned to the top with these taxes and these fake defense. Why are we giving more money to defense? You see, they can't even beat Iran. They can't even beat Iran. But we want to give trillions of dollars to defense. No, because that's lining the wealthy's pockets. But we can't have health care. Oh my God, you have Republicans, Democrats, it's just socialism, it's communism, blah, 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 blah. But the Israelis got it. And it comes from our tax dollars. Why can they have it and we can't? These are just questions I'm asking. I'm asking these questions. Why can they have free health care and we can't? That's what I'm asking. Why can they have it and we can't? Let me continue.
Our investigation found dozens of pages were withheld. NPR's Stephen Fowler reports.
And then through the Epstein file, why are they redacting? This is supposed to be justice. Why are they blacking out the names? What kind of justice is? What kind of justice department that protects the guilty? Where they redact and black out all the names that are committing these heinous crimes on children? You know, they've been eating babies, eating children. See, 10 years ago when I said I was the crazy one. Now, supposedly everybody said they've been saying it, and I know it's a lie. I know from the few people that have been saying it for over 10 years about them eating children, drinking their blood. But remember, I was the crazy one. I'm crazy. But that's all those files. Because the American people's mind couldn't fathom this kind of evil. So when you said to people, you sounded like a nut. And I get it. I get it. I sounded like a nut. But that's why they're now taking you to war, because they don't want to tell you what's in the files, because they're all in those files. They've all been compromised by having sex. You know, you're run by, what they say, let me get the name again. I ain't been on TikTok in almost a year, so PDF files. I gotta get the thing right now, the new lingo. PDF files, right? That's who's been ruling us. Homicidal, genocidal, PDF files. And you don't think it's strange that all these names have been blacking out. If it's supposed to be justice, why would you black out the names? Only names you're supposed to black out would be the individuals that were preyed upon, would be the victims. But anybody, the victim's name, haven't put up everybody to see. And you protected the predators. Isn't this crazy? And you think this is normal now. America's so morally bankrupt that now this is normal, that they give you files and everything's blacking out from the Justice Department. All right? Trump allegedly is in all this. It's not, and that's why you can't use a left-right divide, because you got the right in there and you got the left in there, all of them in there. Bill Clinton, they're all in there, left, right, all that left, right nonsense. They get you fight, divide, and conquer while they steal everything but the kitchen sink.
DOJ uploaded more than 1,000 new pages of Epstein files Thursday evening. They include 18 pages related to claims of sexual abuse by President Trump 4 decades ago that were previously withheld. After NPR reported on those missing files, the Justice Department said it was looking to see if that was a mistake. There are still 37 pages of records relating to the allegation missing. Also missing, any sort of context as to how credible investigators found the claims, or why it was included in a Justice Department slideshow last fall. Stephen Fowler, NPR News, Atlanta.
And then why is it a fight to release them? If this is supposed to be the Justice Department, see, all our institutions have now been compromised. They don't work. They've all been compromised. So no one run these institutions benefit the American people. They've all been compromised. See how that works? Food and Drug Administration, Big Pharma controls it. Right. You can't get the Food and Drug Administration to actually give good food and give out rulings that benefit to the American people. Everything's for Big Pharma or Big Agri. You know, that's we have food that's killed us, unalive us. We know it's a fact. We got food that we can't see. And every time we talk on any of these apps, it's censorship. We got to use all kind of codes. This is how bad it is now. That we've allowed a wicked billionaire class to run and control everything because we've been obsessed and propaganda to believe that these billionaires should have unfettered control over our lives. And if you know anything about billionaires, becoming a billionaire, it causes you to be a psychopath. Right? So they're evil. So we let the evil control all our institutions that run and rule our lives. What sense does that even make? What sense does that make? That's why you get the Epstein files. Anybody been to jail yet? And so bad because the censorship is so bad, it's going to take 2 or 3 years to filter out to John Q. Public on the street, the one who's still looking at TV and says, I didn't see the Epstein files on TV. They said we really nothing in the Epstein files. I didn't see nothing on Fox News. I ain't seen nothing on ABC. I ain't seen nothing on MSNBC. So I haven't seen anything. It'll take 3 years to filter down to the man on the street how deplorable, how despicable, how disgusting these actions have been. I mean, this is civilization-ending crimes. These are crimes against humanity that you can't even come back from. And no one's up in arms in America. No one. Because everybody's been just propagandized to. Just washed over with lies. You know when he knows what the truth is. We're just so heavily propagandized to. It's absolutely crazy.
Corva Coleman, NPR News. For more of today.
Okay, this is why I'm saying I'm going to stop talking about this. It doesn't matter if the Justice Department releases footage right now, video of Trump. You see how we saw that R. Kelly video? He was pissing on the girl and she was doing all the little that. It doesn't matter if one is released today of Trump pissing on a on a 12-year-old girl and has 3 hung upside down and saying, say your name is, what the fuck is his daughter's name? Say your name.
Don't think when you get in control of opposition, you get some now telling Roseanne said that because she's involved in that shit too. She's been involved in it too. She's been in Hollywood for damn near 40 years. Now she don't know. Now since she's talking, understand when you get controlled opposition out here. You only start saying stuff because it's now too heinous not to say it. Too many people starting to know, exactly what's going on.
Name is Ivanka or Ivana or whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't matter what's released right now. We know no one in the Justice Department is going to go after him. We know not a single prosecutor in America is going to do anything about it. We also know that white men in America are not going to do anything about it because we've seen FBI statistics. We know at least almost 1 in 3 white men that you know is into pedophilia. 1 in 3 child men you know. I say child men.
Exactly. 1 in 3, that's their culture. Right. 1 in 3 white men you know selling up, are into PDF files. 1 in 3 is crazy. So that's why they don't want anything looked into it because they're scared they'll come after them. 1 in 3. But supposedly black people are the criminals on the planet. Look at the FBI files and all that other crazy nonsense they talk about.
No, is into pedophilia. 1 in 3 child men you know, I say child men, 1 in 3 white men that you know is into child porn, and 1 in 5 white women that you know is fucking some little kid somewhere. Her neck, like it's one of the most not talked about realities in America. Everybody knows this. But they control the narrative, they control the media, they control the courts, they control the police officers. So my thing here is, at what point does it just become so stupid for us to keep going on and on and on for something that we know is not going to happen? If Barack Obama was the same person, if Barack Obama had half of the complaints that Trump has, the January 6th that we saw would have happened. They would have gone, but this time they would have taken guns. Get the pep.
Yeah, you've been in Africa, understand? No, that didn't happen. Because Barack Obama's in them damn Pizzagate allegations as well. Nothing happened to him either. So they told you Pizzagate was a conspiracy theory, but we know Pizzagate was real. Because Pizzagate is also in the Jeffrey Epstein files. And they have a correlation between those incidents. So yeah, Barack Obama's been implicated too with all the supposedly hot dogs and pizzas he was ordered to the White House back then.
File out of office, white Americans would have stormed and possibly killed this man. So why are we talking about it? There's nothing, he said it. I can go down Fifth Avenue and shoot a man. And at this point, is there anybody that can deny this? So why, what's the point of talking about this shit? Seriously, what's the point?
The Justice Department has published some additional Epstein files.
Because you gotta talk about it. Like I said, it's gonna take 2-3 years for it to filter down into the Western society. Because we're so heavily propagandized to what you don't understand. The American people don't even know what the hell the truth is. And most of them don't really, I give them that, most of them don't care. We know most palm-colored people don't care. They don't care. Because those crimes, mostly their family, they've been doing it forever. Right? They don't care. They don't care about children being molested and hurt and violated. They don't care.
Can I help you with what exactly? No, come and help you with what? Like, I don't know. Like, this is Ghana, boss, Mr.
You got Israel trying to make Ghana. They go fight for them. I told Joey about that, what they were going to do. They were trying to get these goofy Africans to go fight their wars. Because remember, a lot of them, their populations are dwindling. They won't have enough people to put boots on the ground and continue their heinous goddamn colonialism that they've been doing for the last 500 years, because most of them are now finding themselves that they're not repopulating themselves. So they were going to go get the African, to get them to be cannon fodder for them. So you got Israel coming to Ghana. You ain't going to help us fight our war. The hell's this got to do with us? Nothing. And we know as heinously, they're feeling towards black people, these cats with these hats, their feeling is openly hatred towards us. It's open. It's palatable. But then when you go fight their goofy war, now you fight your own goddamn war. Now you go fight your damn war.
Iran, Israel president, this is Ghana. This is Ghana. We have never fought before. It is Nigeria that goes to war. Wow. Please go and call Nigeria, or go and fight with Nigeria, or go and drag them into the war.
Why
the
Nigeria?
only fight we fight is Jollof fight. We have not. We don't even know. We are not even part of. We don't even.
So we have against Jollof, bro. And you're right. I don't know who's that Jackson. Remember Jesse Jackson was an agent. He was a puppet. He was put there around MLK back in the day. He was a puppet. But he was there. They always parachute one of these Negro puppets into black society. So yeah, Jesse Jackson was a puppet. So exactly right. So, he was an agent provocateur, a boule, handkerchief head Negro, put there to keep black people destabilized. Now, he was out there fighting for you. It's all a scam. They always bring us a leader that we're supposed to follow that's never beneficial to us, because they put the leaders, it was Jesse Jackson, who was like, right, he was a criminal. He was a grifter.
You know what is going on in this world? This morning we have not eaten. They are trying to drag us into something that we are not. Why are you even begging us? Why? That is what is. Why are you begging us? We are in our corner. You are calling us to come and help with something that we have no idea of. Why are you doing that? Why? Look, Nigerians are strong. They've been doing a lot of fights. They've been to war. They are our head. They are those who. Why are you not calling Nigeria?
Keep Nigeria out of it.
Why are you letting the devil influence you to pull us into something that we are not part of it? Stop mentioning our name, Ghana. Stop. I'm gonna help you with what exactly?
So people love to say psychics are fake.
40 nations are currently in talks to basically cut the United States, because of Donald Trump, out of global trade. There are 195 recognized nations/countries on planet Earth. 195. 40 of them, led by Canada, banding together to just cut out the United States. So more than 1/5 of the planet working on a way to not have to deal with the United States anymore. This includes our neighbors to the north, Canada, our neighbors to the south, Mexico. This includes the European Union and the United Kingdom. This includes major Asian countries like Japan. According to these reports, and again, this is kind of all being, spearheaded by Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, what they're trying to do is avoid all of the tariffs that Donald Trump has put in place on everybody. And then, of course, they have typically had to do reciprocal tariffs, so everything for them gets more expensive because they're dealing with the United States. So all of these nations have gotten together and said, wow, dealing with the United States is expensive and it's costing us business. How do we get around that? And their solution is, well, what if we all just trade with each other and not these idiots? And that is currently what they're working on. So instead of relying on the U.S. market to sell their goods, they're going to just start selling to each other and open up new markets that previously hadn't been there. They will grow. They will expand. They will see this financial boom from doing business and trading with everybody in this new coalition. And we, those of us here in the United States, will lose everything. Oh, sure, we'll still have to buy their goods because we depend upon them. And Trump will still have the tariffs, so we'll still pay a higher cost for that. But our goods here in the United States that are already having a hard time selling overseas, just ask any farmer, we will lose those markets. Farmers who are already facing financial ruin, which is exactly what they told Congress about 3 weeks ago, they're going to go under. They will lose everything. Manufacturing here in the United States
talking about what's going on with Israel and Iran right now.
Go extinct virtually. Because sure, we'll still need to make some things to sell to us here in America.
The way you're starting to see this play out, though, is going to be probably very detrimental for Trump and a lot of his friends, because what he doesn't seem to have thought through is that the economy is propped up by an AI bubble / Ponzi scheme, which is mostly...
Exactly. The economy is a Ponzi scheme, by AI Ponzi scheme. They've been putting all this money to this AI nonsense, of course, coming from the American taxpayers. And if anybody, you are being charged your taxes to build an AI system that's going to now put you out of work. You know how criminal this country is, and these politicians? They take your tax dollars, give it to these moronic ass supposedly nerds to build some AI infrastructure, right? The new environment of AI that's going to put everybody out of work unless you have a trade skill, unless you're a plumber, an electrician, or something like that. Other than that, you ain't got an office job and any kind of computer skills, you're gone. You're out of there. They're getting rid of you. And funded by your tax dollars. And as they set up these huge servers, all it does is deplete all the water because, the servers are so hot. They come and deplete everybody's water where they build them at. So now the community around doesn't have access to their own clean, viable water supply. You see how crazy this sounds? It doesn't even make any sense. And they want to use the AI to spy, use surveillance on you. Once again, how am I being restricted again? I'm being restricted against some audience again. Just talking. See, they keep cutting me down, but I get more people, and I'm gonna get mad now. I'm gonna just start it again. I'm gonna just start it again. See, everybody in it, and they cut it down to nothing. All these people on TikTok, and they cut it down to nothing. It's crazy. I'll just start it again. I'm gonna start it again, guys. I'm gonna start it again. Every time I go live and it's talk about common sense shit, right? But you talk about the FBA and hating on people. Oh, no, nothing happened. Me just talking normally here, not using any profanity, right? Talk about Iran and the economy, what's going on. I get all these stoppages. It's crazy. I'm gonna shut this one down too. I'm gonna start it again every time. You guys gonna hear this stay there for a second. I'm gonna start it again. Every time. Yep, start it again. Yeah. End it. Oh, was that 500 people on this live? Ain't it funny? 500 people, so my battery's going up. Shit. Hold on. Gotta put this one on. Hold on. Yeah, this thing on long. Battery's going up. Hold on. See? Be on this TikTok shit. And 500 people on this live. Just like, don't let me get no people on YouTube no more. Let me get out of it. I'm going to start it again. Iranian officials say a U.S. Shut up. Start the same live again. Yep. Live again. Yeah, that's why they stopped you at 500 people on that live. Shit, hold on. Damn it. Get up in there. Oh, damn it. Shit, this thing doing. Right here. It was going crazy. So,
supported by financing from the Gulf. You're already seeing, and I say this with regret because I know that Barry Weiss is a friend of the show and a previous guest host here.
The closest.
Her attempt to take over CNN and Warner Brothers and the rest of these is backed by billions of dollars from the Gulf. The way you're starting to see this play out, though, is going to be probably very detrimental for Trump and a lot of his friends, because what he doesn't seem to have thought through is that the economy is propped up by an AI bubble / Ponzi scheme.
So you got the Houthis right there blowing up oil tanks.
They're being hit. Houthis with Iranians are hitting oil tankers.
See, that's what I said. Now you're destroying the whole world's economy, guys. So a lot of Americans are going to start losing their jobs. You're not going to be, with every kind of oil prices go up, that's hard for you to bring things to the market, right? Because everything comes to the market on some kind of transportation, truck, car, bus, plane, train, anything. So now your groceries are going to go up because it's more on and it's war. And everything else is going to go up. Because this is inflationary. Because also those goofy Middle Eastern countries, they put a lot of money into the stock market to prop it up. And like the guy said in the last video, he's right. Once those individuals now want to start taking their money out of this Ponzi scheme, this fake economy, and putting it back into their own needs. A lot of stuff has been propping the American economy because America doesn't make anything. We don't make anything anymore. So us telling the truth, that's why my TikTok keeps getting cut off. What am I saying that's not true? What am I saying that's offensive? Am I using a lot of profanity? No. So why do I keep getting blocked on TikTok and I keep having to start the live over and over again? Because we're living in a censorship bubble too. They don't want you to know what's going on. They want to keep all the same propaganda. That's why they bought all your social media. They only own it all because all your social media was created by DARPA, all of it. And they gave it to these fake front men, like Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook, a lie. Or these other two morons created Google, a lie. It was all created by the military industrial complex through DARPA. Right? They wanted to spy on people and then understand people's behaviors. So these are just front men they put out there. Say, Bill Gates created Microsoft, don't even know how to code. And you go back and look at their families. Who was this family connected to? Oh, the Rockefellers. See, all these fake billionaires like Elon Musk, this is another moron. They put all these front men out in front of you. See, but if you tell the truth like me, you're going to be censored. All your TikTok's going to keep getting taken down by just saying that. And if I'm lying, prove me wrong. Instead of just trying to keep shutting me up, just prove me wrong. You can't say I'm crazy. Prove that then. And like I said, more than 10 years when we first started this thing about them eating children and drinking blood of adrenochrome. Remember, I was a crazy one because American people's mind couldn't fathom this kind of evil. Couldn't fathom it. And then the Epstein files just revealed it, and that's why they're redacting it. How you got anything called justice and everything is being redacted? All the stuff for you to see is being blackened out because the people that have been stealing your tax dollars have you filtered up to them. They're the ones that's been doing all these heinous crimes. That's why. They're the ones that have been essaying these children and doing these other things. That we're supposed to think that this is just normal. It's not. We're supposed to just accept this filthy behavior. But they want to scream about, you got Trump screaming about God, whatever fake God he believes in. But he can bomb innocent men, women, and children. You know, it's crazy. You said America's morality is really out the window. It's sad. But when you say these things, you get banned on TikTok. TikTok shuts you down, and YouTube. All these other places. Are you being profane? No. Are you yelling and fighting with people? No. You just tell the truth that the world and other people are not supposed to hear. And like I said, if you guys want to call in, numbers 505-715-6496. Look. Yeah, I remember that with Bill, yeah.
They're being
Crazy
hit.
guy with the Newport voice.
Houthis with Iranians are hitting oil tankers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is March 8, 3:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And again, I'm bringing you some earth-shattering news. Here we are, another update. Everything I'm telling you guys is public news that is around the world that I collect and I bring to you. Please remember to follow, like, share, repost, comment so I can continue to bring all of us updates. Please verify everything I'm saying on your own. Even my own thoughts and inputs are for entertainment purposes only. So let's get into it. Former CIA and military analysts are saying that Trump is lying to the American public about what's really happening in the Middle East. The damages and losses are being understated or ignored. They claim that 5 advanced U.S. radars have been destroyed, with roughly about $4 billion with the B dollars in losses for just the radar systems alone. The U.S. and Iran are both choosing military force over diplomacy. The naval facility in Bahrain is destroyed, and the U.S. air defenses and defenses are now blind, and Iran defenses are also.
So they said they're blind because Iran is taking out all our military systems that allow them to see what's coming, right? It's all been bombed. It's all been bombed to hell. And me saying that somehow is not supposed to be said on TikTok. You know, that our radar defenses have been now bombed to hell. Because this isn't a legal war. See, it's the same thing. So you got the same criminals in Congress, in the Senate, who said the same thing to you 25 years ago. And had me go this goofy war, right? Oh, Iraq has imminent weapons of mass destruction. But at least Bush built that up for like months before we went to Iraq, right? First we went to Afghanistan, then Iraq. But you had to make the coalition in your mind. Of course, no one goes to jail. They knew it was a lie when they told it. They knew it was a lie when they told it. That Saddam has weapons of mass destructions. And it could be a mushroom cloud if we don't go in and stop him. So you hear, so you hear that mantra over and over again with George Bush that's called mind control. And so that scared the American people to believe Saddam had something to do with 9/11 when he had nothing to do with it. And by now you should know, said back to this inside job, was like the kidney shoot, right? No one still talks about Lee Harvey Oswald killing Kennedy. That other fake story you've been given. 9/11, guys with box cutters, right? They got box cutters taking over planes with a box cutter. You get back and let the box cutter take over the plane. The stories are so ridiculously stupid. These terrorists take over box cutters. Box cutter, what's the box cutter? I got the box cutter. Ooh, gonna kick you with the box cutter. You sit down, I'm taking over the plane with a box cutter. I don't know if you guys remember that part. They were taking over the plane with a box cutters. Oh, box cutters, watch out. Right. Right, remember? They were taking over the plane with box cutters. And supposedly these people that never flew were able to fly precision flights and hit the towers. They hit precision. They had their box cutters and they were expert pilots, right? They were able to fly into the two towers, and supposedly a plane hit the Pentagon. They never had any plane parts out there, no bodies. This is the first time in history a plane hit a city structure with no fuselage, no body parts, no plane parts at all out there on the lawn. Did you find that strange? And if you ask the question today, you're a conspiracy theorist. Huh? But you talk about a plane hit the Pentagon, right? No bodies out in the lawn from the plane crashing. No fuselage, no wings, no tails. None of that out there on the Pentagon lawn. Isn't that strange? That's how wicked the country is that we're living in now, right? So 25 years ago when that happened, you should be smart to know that that was an inside con job. Yeah? I should have to be saying this again 25 years later, and you still believe the fake narrative. The people with box cutters took over plane. I got box cutter. You sit down. My weapon is, well, I nick you with my box cutter, right? Well, I nick you with that. So I nick you with the box cutter, right? Now look at this. They took down my life. They took down alive again. Each time I just... You see this shit? Five access removed by. But your access alive for what? There's no misinformation in. Kill it. How's it misinformation? You said, how's it misinformation? The story is the box cut. How's that misinformation? See, I suppose I got misinformation. They said they took it over with box cutters. How's it misinformation? Now, because I said, the fake narrative about the damn thing hitting the Pentagon and there's no bodies. That's a fact. There's no bodies out in the lawn.
doing really bad. The U.S. and IS attacked an Iranian government building today. Casualties are unknown. Tehran has taken many other large hits today, including Iran's largest oil storage location. Other Iranian oil storage locations are also being hit. Iran has hit the IS power plant and oil storage locations as well. The scenes in Tehran are pretty bad, especially with their largest oil facility being hit. The UK is preparing their warship to be deployed into the Middle East, but no firm date or decision has been made at this time, if they will even send it into the Gulf. There are U.S. friendly missile launches seen from Bahrain today. Many are saying that Bahrain has entered into this war. India was buying cheaper Russian oil previously, and after a lot of pressure by the U.S. and IS, they stopped and started buying from places like Venezuela instead. When Modi began reducing his purchases from Iran, but when India went back to purchase Russian oil, Russia told them that the prices will be higher now, and they will have no more discounts. And this is one speculation of why India has decided to support the U.S. and IS with its ground, airspace, bases, so on and so forth, because they don't see any more benefit from dealing with BRICS, even though they're a member of BRICS. Europe is heading towards a severe energy crisis. Leaders of the EU are saying that their storage facilities in Netherlands and many other countries have fallen less than 10%. Many other countries are also saying that they lack gas, oil reserves, and in their regular flows. Even countries like Pakistan and other countries are really having a problem with not only current possession of oil and gas, but also for future replacement plans. The Washington Post reports that the U.S. doesn't see any weaknesses in Iran, nor any signs of weaknesses, either now or even in the future. Iranian drones hit a luxury tower in Dubai located in the marina, which could have been holding U.S. or IS military leaders. Also, buildings were hit in Iraq and Kuwait City. Oil is raining and flowing throughout the streets of Tehran as the leaks are occurring again after their oil storages have been hit. Trump is taking responsibility for hitting Iran's freshwater desalination plant. Iran was asked if the U.S. bombed an all-girls school, and Trump said that he feels Iran attacked themselves. Trump is threatening to break up Iran into smaller states, and he reiterated that the U.S. will control all of Iran's oil. Israel is threatening any videos or photos that are leaked into the public of the damage or any intelligence data, and will give them 5-year prison terms for any violators. Netanyahu is banning all media coverage inside of IS. Iranian missiles strike the Haifa power plant in IS, despite IS saying that the missile landed in an open area. Videos are showing that the power plant was directly hit. The IRGC continues to launch missiles from the Esfahan missile base. The above-ground structures of the base were bombed 3 times during the 12-day war last year, and the entrances and tunnels were also bombed 2 separate times, and those were by F-35s. But the base is still operational even after 2 days it was attacked last. Trump is now also considering sending U.S. special forces directly into Iran to hit nuclear facilities and to...
So they say that be misinformation because it's the truth. That's the truth. Now, everything to the truth now is misinformation. But that's why I'm live again. I'm on the network. The network's back up and running, guys. The TV station's back up. So I'm live on the TV as well. Shit. Fucking crazy.
Remove Iran's enriched uranium. This will be in addition to all the air campaigns that are being carried out by the USA and IS. IS continues to say that Iran's missiles are being intercepted or fall in open areas, but witnesses are saying that the waves being sent over by Iran are hitting their targets. And that's why there is a ban on posting videos and photos of the damage inside of IS. Bahrain says that Iran has struck their desalination plant with a drone in response to Iran having theirs hit. This plant is used to process clean water for consumption and for agriculture, etc. 70% of the UAE's total water demand is met through freshwater desalination. Trump announced that Iran has surrendered, despite Iran's continued attacks and multiple public announcements that Iran will not stop and they do not want a ceasefire. U.S. intelligence says that even large strikes aren't and will not remove the government. There is no signs that, again, an uprising can even happen. And the U.S. and IS are counting on that to make their life easier, to fight on the inside. Seems like during Iran's lockdowns on protests and arresting of the agitators a month or so ago, Iran handled a lot of agents that were meant to be assets against the Iranian government for the benefit of the USA and IS as like inside moles. Israelis to continue to flee from their holy land, which Iranians in Palais are saying that it's ironic for several reasons, especially because they say that they are the chosen ones. How can they be afraid to meet their God? And why are they running away from their own holy land, what they say? IS targeted a residential block in southern Lebanon with warplanes, unaliving at least 20 people this evening, including women and children. Our night, their morning. Saudi has warned Iran that if Iran continues its attacks, they will join the USA and IS. There were impacts on Kuwait aviation fueling companies that were struck by Iranian missiles and drones. A missile hit IS live on NBC and couldn't be censored because it struck while they were actually live. Iran claims to have captured many U.S. soldiers. Iranian missiles hit Ben Gurion Airport in IS. Iran is now on wave 25 or 26 of Operation True Promise 4, in which they used Qadr and Fatah missiles. Iran continues to say that they are prepared for a full-scale war with the U.S. and IS, even if it's a long war. Iran says that, again, their missiles and drones they are using were made in 2012, 2013. They have not used anything they made within the past 10 years. They are ready and capable to easily go a minimum of 6 months at their current pace of their attacks. Iran says that over 220 U.S. soldiers have been unalived within the past 24 hours alone. Belgium, UK, and Spain are so far choosing to remain out of the war and intend to stay out. I will continue to bring you updates on this once a day, and in between I will be posting my thoughts, whatever else.
Oh, I know you guys have heard.
So there's a belly?
Lord have mercy. Not them smoking every single fucking army base that they can fucking touch. Y'all peep this shit. Well, I can understand why Wig is asking for a ceasefire. Because all of the army bases that was located in the Middle East, gone. Has been destroyed. And on top of that shit, a couple of European countries has been hit as well. And I mean, I can't pronounce the name of the country, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Now they finna get their asses involved in shit like that. And Spain done got spooked so damn bad to a point where they told their U.S. Army bases they gonna have to leave because we are afraid of getting bombed. Wig said they are refusing to leave, so I wonder how Spain is gonna respond to that. So, with that being said, that explains a lot as to why Iran's news is reporting that there is 500 service members that has been slain by Iran's fucking retaliation. They telling us it's only 6?
It's over 1,000.
I was nice saying that it was 100 plus. Because I thought it was like maybe a good 100 to 200. According to them, they saying it's 500. So I really don't know what the fuck going on with that. So with that being said, there you got mothers going online crying about their babies fighting in the war and they're terrified and shit like that. When that motherfucker came forth and said, and I quote, "Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make."
We have breaking news. Chinese FM Wing Yi has said that the ongoing U.S.-Israeli military offense against Iran should never have happened and called for an immediate end to hostilities as well as to return to the negotiating table. And a strike on a tower in Kuwait housing United States soldiers has taken place and the building was hit really bad. And look at this. The Israeli army admits failure to intercept Iranian missile barrages per the reports. The Israeli military has admitted that U.S.-built Israeli radar systems have been largely unable to intercept incoming Iranian missiles. And recently, the IRGC has announced their 27th wave of Operation True Promise 4, targeting American and Israeli positions. And Iran to keep striking enemy targets in the region used in acts of aggression, per the judiciary chief. And a different hotel was also hit as well that was housing American soldiers in Iraq. Hundreds of United States Israeli targets struck in first week of Operation True Promise 4. These are all of the topics, more or less, of what he spoke about. Trump calls on Iran to accept unconditional surrender, says Iran's military could be rendered useless, claims there is no sign of Russian support for Tehran. He says ships are avoiding the Strait of Hormuz by choice. Trump predicts oil prices will fall quickly, and the president declines to discuss possible U.S. ground troops. So someone pointed this out to me, stating that he looked really green. Someone also said, I was reading through the comments, that it could be that he has jaundice. I don't know. My bachelor's is in arts, English literature. I don't know what he has, but he does look really green. What do you guys think about this?
Well, they'll be going right after this. I'll be leaving for Dover. Very sad situation. To greet the families of the heroes.
Flames engulfed Kuwait's public institution for Social Security high-rise headquarters after it was hit by a suspected drone amid a wave of Iranian aerial strikes on the country. And he also threatened this. The map of Iran will probably not look the same when all of this is done. So he wants to go in there and take their oil. I showed you guys a video around 2 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock. It was sometime last night. I showed you guys a video on what Fox News was saying, how they want to invade Iran to go and take their oil. He has now stated that when he takes Iran, he's going to break it up into different states. Now, he also gave the new slogan, MIGA, Make Iran Great Again. And United States media has reported Iran retains more than half of their drone and missile capabilities. And there are also Iranian missiles in the sky of Al-Khalil, occupied West Bank. And here are all the videos I have so far. And these are true videos of what Tel Aviv looks like. And then the video is going to end. But as always, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I may come back at 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know yet. But I thank you guys for being patient and for loving my content. You guys are very, very supportive. And I appreciate you guys. So as always, like I said, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments.
مطار مدخل يا ولاد لا مطار مدخل المطار ده يمنع تحرك 200 المطار يا رب الله يا
We got calling in. Hold on. Try it again, man. What's going on, man?
Alright, man. You know this war, man. It looks like Iran is not as big of a push as we thought. We thought we were actually going to go in there.
Who thought that?
And do what we did in Iran and Iraq. It looks like American Israel thought it was going to be a war. They thought it wasn't going to be as hard as it is. So Iran is kicking some ass right now.
I don't know who thought it was going to be easy. What moron thought? They knew they... Listen, you're dealing with morons. Everybody knew that going to Iran was going to be a problem. Iran had been preparing for this for the last 40 years, and especially the last 25 when they went into Afghanistan, which is on the west part of Iran, and into Iraq, which is on the west part of Iran, and Afghanistan, which is on the eastern border. So they had been preparing for this for years, and they I don't know who thought this was going to be a cakewalk. Nobody. Are you insane? Because look, Iran is mountainous, brother. Iran is a mountainous region. It's had you got a population almost of 100 million people. So only way you would ever be able to take it would be by putting ground forces in there. So you would never be able to take and hold the country. You don't have enough troops to take and hold it. So you thought you was going to be a cake, right? You're going to just bomb them? And then what? That you just going to get rid of their leadership?
Right.
So I'm asking you, what you thought was going to happen?
No. I thought Iran was going to be kicking on some ass. It looks like America, based upon what Trump was talking, how they were talking, they thought they were going to go in there, bomb them up, it's going to take about a week or two, and they're going to get it. But as far as I felt like Iran got what it takes to actually fuck Israel up real good. It looks like that's what's going on.
But that's what's going on.
It all boils
That's
down to it. They like to build Israel back up too.
Yeah. Well, whole thing, the American people waking up enough to know that all their money has been going to Israel. They don't want their money going there. See, the whole thing with these AIPAC controls all your Congress people, right? They control all of them. So they don't want their money. All Congress people are controlled by AIPAC. They all got an AIPAC handler, which is a cat, a Jewish handler with them. So the American people start to realize, hey, all our money goes to support this fucking place, and our infrastructure's destroyed. We can't get no damn medical. We can't get no damn housing or nothing. But all our money keeps going to this Israel place. So it's gonna be. I don't think they're gonna be able to come back to the American people to fix Israel. And like I said, I'm hoping Iran doesn't stop. Bomb that shit into submission. Bomb that shit.
That's what me and my brother was saying. When they bomb that shit up real good, then the American people was wake up. The Americans had to say, look here, we can't afford to help you motherfuckers no more ever again. And then they gonna be through as a country. They gonna be completely through.
Exactly. That's what Go ahead, Kiss.
I actually heard a dude say something. He said, okay, listen to this, man. He said, Trump is probably playing into the hands of Iraq purposely to fucking destroy Israel and all their information that they got. So maybe Trump actually wants them to win a war. I said, I don't know about that. He said, but don't think about it. He said, because Trump really don't like Jews either. That's a
lie. That's a lie. His whole family are Jews. His daughter's married to a Jew. His other daughter's married to a Jew. Son's married to a Jew. No, he knows, and people don't know that Trump converted to Judaism back in 2017 or some shit. So the idea that he doesn't, and the Jews have always propped up every time he went bankrupt. That's who put him back on his feet. So the idea he hates him is absolutely crazy. He's in league with them, and the sad fact is that they use him. He's a dummy that they were going to use him. You know, that they thought they were going to be able to win. Of course, they thought that Iran wasn't prepared. So him being a moron, Trump is an idiot, guys. Trump is a moron. He's dumb. He's an idiot. So they use him and his cult of personality to get these MAGA morons to go with him to do these wars. Supposedly when he wasn't going to do it, he wasn't. I knew they were. I said, it doesn't matter if a Democrat or a goddamn Republican in it. It's always war after war after war because they're controlled by the same entities. And so now they went into Iran thinking they could just give them a bloody nose and steal. It's the whole thing about stealing the oil. And they need to put Iran on this new digital system that they're trying to create globally. So Iran's too big of a country to be outside of their fake digital prison that they want to set up globally. It's too big to be outside. It's too much of a leakage to be outside that system. So this is about stealing up their oil and also to force them to go into this fucking digital currency that these wicked bastards are trying to set up. So it's not that Trump, it's not no thing that Trump is some kind of, he hates the Jews. He doesn't hate them. He's been having sex with children, eating babies with the rest of them. How does he hate them?
Right. Let me ask you a question. Is this to say that Iran is not part of the system that the Rothschild wants, that Rothschild have?
That was the problem.
They're not in the Rothschild system.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not. They broke up that bank. See, in '52 they were. In '52 they went over to Mossadegh, the first democratically elected president, who said, "We're not going to take this oil out of the Rothschild and the British royal family's hands and give back to the Iranians." He said, "The hell you will." So they went overthrew him and put their puppet in there, the Shah of Iran. That's why they run around with the Shah. That's why they run around with the Shah's son, like they're gonna put his ass back in Iran as the king again. See, remember all these fake. See, I'm talking about the propaganda that we've been served is to all these fucking fake kingdoms in the Middle East were propped up by the British royal family. Really, the Rothschilds. They created Israel. They created Saudi Arabia. They created Abu Dhabi, Dubai, the Emirates, all that shit. The fucking Qatar, damn Bahrain, Kuwait, all that shit was set up by them. These are family. Shout out to Iran, telling the truth. These are family dictatorships masquerading as some fucking republics. They're family dictatorship. They put the British, really the Rothschilds put these people in power so they can have control of that region. And that's why they put Israel there, so they have complete control of it with the grid. So they've been helping these fake Arabs have been helping with something called the Greater Israel Project. And that's why they've been laying down, because that's to give complete control of that region's resources to the Rothschild. Iran is the only country that stands in the way. They never signed it. Okay. So when they got independence with the revolution in '79, they've been trying to undermine them for the last 40 plus years, trying to get back in there and CIA agents and them Mossad agents all up in there and shit, bombing and killing people, trying to overthrow that government. And to their chagrin, it has not worked. And so now they just, with this digital currency, we got to get it. We got to do that because we're putting all this digital shit into motion. And Iran is still the one that will not fall, that will not capitulate. So that's what you have. But now they're trying to go into Iran and break their back. But Iran has been waiting for them. The sad fact is that America's military is built for wars in the 20th century, not the 21st. So all this high-powered shit that they have is worthless, because I don't need no fucking aircraft carriers and missiles worth $2 or $3 million when I got a $20,000 or $30,000 drone that can blow your shit up. So it's not as agile. So that's what the American military is built for the last wars, not the wars of the 21st century. And so they're not going to be able to go and take Iran. They won't be able to put boots in the ground. Because when they try to, because they've always been used to co-opt other people. All these terrorists and them, they create every terrorist group on the planet called by a terrorist. So they try to go to the Kurds, which are a semi-autonomous group in Iraq, and try to pay them, hey, we need you to go help us invade Iran. And the Kurds said, fuck that, we're not helping you do shit. We're not getting involved in this shit, help you invade a goddamn thing, right? So they try to
invade Iraq one time, the Kurds helped them out, right?
What about the Kurds? What did I say again?
But didn't the Kurds help America out with Iraq?
Because back in the day, because in Iraq they let them get their own little autonomous region in Iraq, and if they do decide to go against Iran, the Iraqis and the Iranians would crush their ass, and that'll be the end of their little autonomous little state they gave their ass. Not many Kurds. So if the Kurds ever decide to go attack Iran, the fucking Iraqis would go against their ass too and crush their ass, because they don't want them having their autonomous region inside of Iraq itself, Iraq proper. So they know that. So that's why they said, nah, we're not going to be in this fight. And so now we see them trying to parachute some Delta Force, and they got caught. Because I guess Iraq is a huge mountainous country. You're not going to be able to invade that shit and take it over. With what? There's 100 million of them motherfuckers. How you gonna take over 100 million people? You talking about you coming with 500,000 troops? What are you talking about? You don't get wiped out. You don't have, like I said, you don't have the supply chains that can help you, because you can't get into the Strait of Hormuz to supply your people because your ships are getting blown out the water. You don't got that. You can't supply nobody, even if you get an amphibious force in there. You get an amphibious force, they don't get wiped out, right? You're wiped out. So there's really no way you can invade Iraq. There's nothing you can do about it. And you got most people that's not going to fight with you. And problem with white people, they're mostly dying out. They don't got enough numbers. So that's what hurts them too. They ain't got enough good old boys to go up in there. Go up in there. And like I said, Iran black. They said, because you got the fake white media, West media, controlled by the you-know-who's. Well, it might be ground forces going, because they're talking to Trump said about that video game. There might be ground forces that they use to come in to Iran. The guy just smiled. He said, yeah, bring them in. We'll be waiting. We're waiting on them.
Right.
Yeah, because they already, see, it's not Iraq. Iraq is a flat plain. Iran is mountainous. He's not gonna be able to get up in there. And with no damn. We only got, our biggest our fighting force, a million people.
Right.
Supposedly, and that's not even fighters. That's a million people in the military itself for supply and logistics. How many damn active fighters do we got? So we might got maybe what? Okay, let's say we got 300,000, 400,000 actual servicemen that are in the infantry, right? That are fighters. You think 300,000 people are going to be able to take over a country of 95 million people? You out of your mind? You're wiped out. And these people are now mad because you killed their pope. Remember, their leaders like their pope. Their that's like a pope. So now you killed their religious leader. And so they're like, so now they're fighting with a purpose. Americans ain't fighting with a purpose. Them people, you see the American kids don't want to go over there. And then we ain't trying to fight these people. So right there you lost anyway. You don't have the drive to even want to fight the war. But Iran wants it.
Right. My question is, since the whole area over there, even Israel, where like they said, Jews get bombed up and fucked up so bad, how the fuck are they going to build all this shit up in the next 10 years? That's going to be impossible. So they we really got Israel out really when it comes down.
They're going to be done. Iran is planning to wipe their ass off the map, but they need to be wiped out. They are the terrorist group they are the terrorist group in the Middle East, backed by the Rothschilds. They're the ones, ISIS, Al Qaeda, all these fake ass groups were created by them. CIA and Mossad created by the cats with the motherfucking hats, the bankers. So,
man, I'll tell you, man, if I ever want to see one thing in my lifetime, if I ever want to see one thing in my life, I would like to see Israel wipe completely the fuck out. That's the one thing in my lifetime that I would really want to see. These motherfuckers are really the problem of the whole fucking world.
Whole world. Yeah, the evil.
They're the problem of the
whole fucking world. They had no problem. They had no problem murdering, killing those people. And then tell you, yeah, we killed them. So what? We killed the Palestinians. So what? The dog. They had vacation trips to go look at them killing them. Imagine how sick you in the head. They had vacation trips from the river showing how they were blowing them up and shit.
Hey, that's the shit.
It's crazy as that shit. Go ahead.
But you know what? I'm going to say this much right here. If they fight Israel out, some of these kids, fucking bloodthirsty Americans, better hope that Iraq blow all that information shit they got on all these Americans and shit like that. Blow them up because we, you fucking bloodthirsty must be kind of glad. But if they bomb anything, just bomb the whole rest of the motherfuckers living. Now I'm watching these videos, and some of these cats are saying, like I seen a little video saying that if we post these videos, then we lose this, do that on YouTube. YouTube will take them down and demonetize more like that.
Of course,
but some of them are still trying to post those videos. So they trying to make like the world news is making like Israel's winning the battle and Iraq's winning the first. On these videos, they just show that Iraq is kicking their ass.
Of course, we worry about I gotta make my YouTube money. Who owns YouTube? The cats with that. And thanks, Iraqi. So we only have 946,000 uniformed personnel that are fighters. Okay, the infantry soldiers. What? You ain't gonna have no 900,000 people go to no Iran. You'll get smashed. He'll smash that ass.
Right.
So it'll be even more of a humiliation. That's why Iran said, "Yeah, we're waiting on you. Come on up in here. Come on up in here." Because, so the whole flex, we might have to do ground shit. That's the white supremacist mindset. They won't be able to do shit no more. Their days is coming to an end, as I told you. White supremacist days of ruling is coming to a fucking end. So them talking about, all they got is 900, and half of that 900,000 people are Mexicans and black people in that shit. That's not all white people. and 900,000 to go into a country of 95 million. Are you crazy? You'll get wiped out.
Right.
You'll get wiped out. He's not gonna put on 900,000. That's all you got. That's all you have is 900,000 infantry troops. So you go in there with just half of that. You go in there with just like 400,000. You get wiped out. They'll wipe your ass out. You out of there, and you're gonna be humiliated.
Right. I mean, these motherfuckers are saying, I'm watching these videos. I'm wondering if they video games are actually real, but they showing these drones going to Israel and going all the places that's fucking these people up. And I'm like, man, this shit is real. You know, but it's like these people
It's not AI. That's real. That's not AI. That's real. They fucking it. So
okay.
You know, they thought they're gonna be able again. They thought they were gonna be able to again go back and just. Everybody wanted a ceasefire all of a sudden. We want a ceasefire, and they went and killed all these people. Ceasefire for what? Now it's on and popping. You can't just come kill me now, but now I want a ceasefire. See, the whole trick for them, they want a ceasefire so they can build themselves back up and come back and attack you again. That's the scam. Remember, white people have never, understand this, never agreed to any treaty that they have set up, ever. They've always done backhanded shit. They've never honored any treaty that they've ever given anybody. So they come and say, yeah, let's have a ceasefire. As soon as they build this shit back up, they'll come and attack Iran again. Iran knows that now. Say, no, ain't no ceasefire. We're going to put an end to this shit. So now,
Well, let me...
Go ahead.
Well, let me get to another perspective. Okay, now we know the Iranians, Arabs, they still fucking white too. And the people attacking them is white. Could this be a situation that's bound to say that we want to advance, get these motherfuckers off the planet real fast, let them fight against each other? Because remember, no African country is involved. No black Caribbean areas or black people are involved. It's just all white. So could this be a thing that is now time for white motherfuckers to wipe other white motherfuckers out? You know what I mean?
It might be.
Could it be that time?
It might be, but you got black people in Iran, man. You got a bunch of black people living in Iran.
No. I'm saying, I know we got black people all over the world, but I'm saying, for the most part, the people that's in charge of these wars, they are all white.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know going to be some of us going to be wiped out with them, but I'm saying for the most part, could all this unity and a thing, maybe I would say you were possibly the word spiritual, where it's time for these people to go. So a war was created by these demigods, and we say, to wipe them, now trying to start trying to wipe them out.
Why would they wipe them out? They're the ones created. They're not going to wipe them out. You're not going to wipe them. They're the ones created the motherfuckers to do the evil shit they do. They're not trying to wipe them out. Earth is wiping their ass out by their birth rate. Their own demigods are not going to wipe their ass out.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. You got it straight. Right. You're right. If the earth is wiping them out. So that would be it right there. You know what I mean?
That ain't cause them to fight. It is wicked. They always turn to fight each other. That's how they created. You're talking about soulless beings. They've always fought each other. So that's what they're always gonna do. And as far as them having a birth, but that's the earth getting them out the paint. The demigods that created don't want them out the paint. They start creating some more of these motherfuckers in test tubes and everything else. How they did the first time.
Right.
They don't want them gone. But the earth is saying, trying to get rid of you motherfuckers. That's why their birth rate's all fucked up. But, like I said,
that's gonna be real good.
Well, that's the birth rate. I mean, that's the earth. And that's the demigods. That's why they create the motherfuckers. They want them here causing strip and all this other crazy shit. Remember the white genome houses demonic energy. They don't want them to gone.
Right.
They want that demonic. They want that demonic energy in here to do all kind of wicked shit. They're the ones that run around eating babies and fucking kids and goddamn drinking their blood and all this crazy shit. And most people can't fathom this kind of wicked shit. And then you talk about why are white people stood up? Because the majority of them are pedophiles, PDF files, you want to call it. The majority of them are. Like I showed you guys, the majority, the white man is a majority, wants to fuck babies, fucking kids, child porn, and having sex with his own children. That's their culture. So they're not
Yeah,
up
because, hey, listen. I actually remember a long time ago that I was on YouTube recently where this white chick who was Jewish was saying that her family, they were eating kids. Their mother wasn't regular, but they were doing all kind of wicked stuff that made no sense. She said that they were eating kids, they were having sex with this and that, and said they were eating the flesh, and said it was a normal thing for her family. This black Jewish girl said that on Oprah Winfrey show. I'm like, yeah, I remember that shit, and I just like put that shit right here on YouTube. I said, she said this is the normal thing that Jews do. I said, ain't that some shit? This shit ain't conspiracy. No. What it is conspiracy is go wind up being the truth. The Pizzagate, this shit, all that shit. They started asking Bill Clinton those questions. That bitch got mad and wanted to walk on out.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers got to be exposed. It's just the fact that
you get them asking questions. The motherfuckers that were asking the questions are involved in this shit too. They're not innocent. That's Kabuki theater. That's Kabuki theater. The motherfuckers asking the questions are all involved in this shit too. It's all fake and phony. That's put some kind of theatrics out there in front of you. They get to the bottom and shit. They're all involved in the shit. They're all involved in putting their dicks in the child's mouth and fucking them in the ass and then turn around and putting some sauce on the motherfucker and eating them. They're all involved in that wicked ass shit. You know, that's why they already, that's why right now you're supposed to have criminal charges against them. If they wasn't, you're supposed to now have criminal charges against the Department of Justice for not bringing out these files and why you redacted them. If you had an honest Congress, because Congress controls the purse string, so you go to Department of Justice, listen, we're going to bring you up on charges if these files are not released. Why won't they do it? Right. Because they're all involved in the shit. They're all compromised. They're all been fucking babies.
Right.
That's what you find over and over again throughout history with this Congress. They get caught up in all these damn rapes and child abuse. Like it was in the 80s. Right. You know, if you go to the 80s, you got a big thing in Congress. When Reagan and George Bush was in there and shit, they're fucking all these children and shit. You know, these kids in there fucking them. Whatever happened, nobody. No. Anybody go to jail? No. Congress, the White House, all implicated in fucking these children, bringing them in and fucking them. This is in the 80s and 90s.
I remember because I remember a lot of kids came up listening in D.C. In D.C. around the time of Reagan, around the Reagan era and everything like that.
Ya Allah,
So that's the one we donated to.
Cameras everywhere. We got cameras.
It's that time of the year again for you and that special song. For that special date night this year, you have to make sure your date is going to absolutely love what you're wearing. The viral Armani Stronger With You Intensely is exactly that fragrance. And what I love about it is that it's undeniable, irresistible, and with notes like amber, vanilla, cinnamon, and lavender, it's borderline addicting. Enjoy that special date night the right way.
Hey, so you guys know that bomb threat that was on a flight to Nashville that got diverted to Atlanta? Yeah, I really wish I was the one that was accused of that bomb threat. I really do so. Because apparently, it was just a regular Arabic Muslim man who was checking his Ramadan app. He was checking his Ramadan app, and the passenger next to him saw, like, Ramadan app, and they were like Arabic. He was listening to Arabic and looking at an app that was showing prayer times. And the person next to him went to go tell the flight attendant that she thinks, or they think, dude is a terrorist. So that video that you see, hands up, heads down, It's literally just a guy fasting, looking at his phone, trying to figure out what time to break his fast, and the person next to him was like, "Oh no, Muslim terrorist." Bro, I wish that was me, because the kind of, bro, I would be so paid.
All kinds of things have happened in the last 2 years that no one ever could have predicted. Like really, really radical things, from Trump being shot in both.
The people that we should.
Imagine waking up tomorrow and the gas station near your house has a line stretching 3 blocks. The price board reads numbers you have never seen in your lifetime. Your phone is buzzing with alerts. Stock markets in Tokyo, Seoul, and London are in freefall. And somewhere in a narrow strip of water, barely 21 miles wide, the entire world economy is being held hostage.
And I don't get it. Motherfuckers, man, I'm telling you, man, we're going to get a guy come back alive 3 times before this shit here actually starts straightening out.
Yeah, but what you got, exactly, it's so evil, the evil now coming to light. Because in the age of Aquarius, all things hidden will now be revealed because of the age that we're now in. So,
right.
And you have, all these white people, tweaking out because their time is coming to an end as rulership over the world. That's why you don't see none of them condemning Trump. They don't. The majority not condemn him. They're quiet because for them, white supremacy must rule at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if somebody eating babies and fucking them and killing them and going to unnecessary wars, killing people over there. Because for them, at the end of the day, white supremacy comes first, no matter what. Their power and their ungiven gains that they, the unearned gains that they've been given by being white comes first over everything. So they're back an ungoddamn just war. They don't care. There's no unjust war to these people. There's no unjust war. Because Iran didn't do anything to anybody. They're just not part of the Rothschild's criminal system. So why can't they just be left alone? Because they can't. Because you can't have a country that big not being controlled because it causes leakage. Causes, hey, how's this country not involved in this damn Bitcoin shit, this blockchain shit? Why are they not involved in that shit? So it caused a problem. Huh?
Right. So I think everybody talking about the Bitcoin. All that shit also is going down now.
Yeah, because everybody found out it was not real and Epstein built that shit. That's what's going down. You found out when that fake ass, all these fake ass propaganda geek. Oh, some guy. There's always some motherfucker in a garage. That's the story. They don't even say the story, but now they made him Japanese. It's a motherfucker in a garage named Tokiyama Yakasuma. He created Bitcoin. Why would he create it? How did he do it? Well, he just did it. How did he know somebody would accept it? He just knew they would. So how the motherfucker sit in the basement in Japan, make some shit, and then everybody decides to accept it? No, that's a lie. There's like all these front men, fucking Bill Gates, front man, fake phony, fucking Elon Musk, fake phony, fucking Zuckerberg, fake phony. It's all fake, all created by the military-industrial complex and the cats with the hat that put these front men out there. It's all fake. You believe some motherfucker Zuckerberg created Facebook when we know it was created by DARPA. Or these other fucking teenagers supposedly created Google. You got your fucking mind. We know it's created by the military again. All this shit.
Right.
Even
I never believe that man created no fucking thing. That is a government thing, man.
It was.
Facebook and shit like that, he created that was no fucking. He got the fake phone. They just put it on whatever you gonna do. Put a Jewish job of it.
Exactly. Just like Amazon.
I had an idea and I created Facebook. Yeah, I'm like, who all that? I wake up one day, I had an idea, and I created so much fucking you did.
You had the money.
But you ain't that smart. It takes years and years and decades of it.
Not even that. It takes billions of dollars to do it. You need to go which you didn't have. Just like Amazon. You know, Amazon was created by DARPA too. What about no Jeff fucking Bezos? Another cat with that. Anybody always cat with that? They get a company. So we know Amazon was created by DARPA, not by no fucking Jeff Bezos. He's a no. But they never want. But see, the American people been so stupid, never investigate shit, don't know shit, that all these fake front billionaires are really just puppets of the Rothschild family to move the world in the direction where they want it to go. And when you talk about it, they want to ban you. It's like, I just got banned off of TikTok. I ain't been on TikTok in fucking a damn year. Get on that shit to say this thing, banned again every time. It's fucking crazy.
Wow.
Because you're not to talk about none of this stuff.
Like I'm telling my brother, I said, see, man, a lot of times, you know, people get banned because of real shit. I said, this is why back a while ago, when Keith had to keep creating different shows, the system keeps getting fucked up. It ain't something that he ain't doing. I'm sure people telling his brother, but they are doing all this shit because, see, you giving shit that's uncut. Now, there's a lot of different people. I know they get some bullshit, so I tell them what the level that they own. They full of shit, but those shit be so 100 that it's like, you know, no, we can't let this dude get on. In other words, see, you're not talking about neighborhood doctors and shit like that. You get information that people came home and have to put it right there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like, no, this dude is giving some information that you can actually apply to your life and what will get you sick. So they don't want that kind of shit like that happening.
No, they want out there. They want you like Tariq, they want you arguing over goddamn your identity. Am I an FBA? Am I an Indian? Motherfucker, you about to get, you on the verge of a goddamn world war when your motherfucking food supply about to be cut off. When you can't afford to go to work, your gas, you got no goddamn groceries because you can't get shit to market, and you should have had a garden growing in your backyard or going in your house somewhere, and you talking about, am I a motherfucking Indian, or am I FBA, I'm an African or Caribbean? Who gives a fuck?
Who created hip-hop?
Who created hip-hop and all this other asinine shit? When you're in a goddamn war, you about to find out whether you can afford to go to the store because you can't afford the gas in your goddamn car to get there. You got no food coming in because they can't afford to stock the shelves because the fuel level's too high because the shit happened in Iran right now.
Right. But see, I look at that kind of shit as entertainment. I watch TV, so when I watch this entertainment, that's why I'm so mad when I miss your show, because your show really does give me some lifelong information I can actually take with my life. I got the plot, what you're saying. But when you get it like this, exactly, you just say, no, it ain't any God, it is the earth. Now that right there can't help correcting me. Because I'm thinking that right there, so now I got information, I can say, you know what, that makes some sense right there. It ain't no fucking give me God, like you said, it's the earth that's having these motherfuckers.
No, it's the earth.
They will keep creating this kind of people right there.
Yeah, they'll keep on doing the earth is a living being. So, it has nothing to do with the damn, the demigods are the ones, they want this shit to constantly keep going because it feeds them from us being all fucked up. It feeds them energetically. So they want, so even when these people die, they will try to make some more of their ass. You know?
Right. So, right. That's information right there. So when you think about what's going on, and how these people are actually at war, because like I told somebody, the earth has a brain. The earth itself has generations and generations and everything here. So the earth knows what's going on. The earth is like, man, fuck these people. You live this kind of living experience. You can't name like one African person, like what incident like this is Dominique Gladney, under control. Ain't nobody motherfucking no kids. Or even people. all creating weapons of mass destruction. Black scientists, mind you, not going trying to make a man or woman or trying to make weapons and they can be destroying somebody. You don't see that shit. It's these people doing this shit in the name of their religion, or whatever you want to call it like that. These motherfucking Iranians, they white too, goddammit. You know what I mean? So, no matter what the fuck they were, they ain't all these folks, they white too, they enslave everybody else too. So these motherfuckers, let them take us out. See, the white man's so fucking stupid. He was watching us, but the white Jew said, you know what? You watching them, gonna fuck you up too. Now when the white man decided wake up, it's too late. You are someone the one who gave you Jewish power. So you thought, you said that you gonna fuck up the niggas. We don't like niggas, but now the Jew is fucking you up. He put you to all his war by saying, anti-Semite, you go for this shit. Now you got the kids going over there fighting for the very black motherfuckers you hate. And they can die on this shit. Because if who was president, this shit was gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
So Trump ass is gone, the next motherfucker gonna make it even worse.
Exactly. We're gonna make a difference. They're gonna try to, whoever's in there, they were gonna try to get them to do this war. Exactly. Let's make a difference. Whether it be Kamala Harris or Trump. They've been trying to get this war for 40 years. Just no one would agree to it. They've been pressuring their white flunkies. And even with Obama, with his ass, they were pressing his ass to try to get this bomb in Iran shit. But like I said, everybody with common sense knew it. The general told him, you can't do this. You won't win. You can't go into no motherfucking Iran. And now what Jibber just said, out of the 400,000, there's only 100,000 troops that they have available to send in there. What? You ain't got nothing but 100,000 troops? You already heard the other white people ain't gonna be involved. England, France, they ain't had many anyway. They only have 100,000. So you got 100,000 troops that you're supposed to put into Iran. To do what? To take a regime change? Take it over? 100,000 troops against 95 million people? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, who you gonna run that shit to? Well, I'm telling you, all we gotta do is sit down and watch this shit. And we can tell who lying and who ain't lying, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers over there dying and shit. I don't want nobody coming to me talking about no Bible prophecy shit. But I just think somebody with a Israelite tell me that Bible prophecy shit. I don't want to hear that shit from them.
Yeah, that's a lot of bullshit. That's a lot of that goofy shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of goofy shit. So it's not gonna be the ground invasion. Because if they do, it's gonna be destroyed. That's gonna be another humiliation for the United States. There's no got enough troops to go in there. So they're gonna keep trying to bomb from a distance because they can't come close because aircraft and everything else are gonna get taken out because those drones they have cost little to nothing. They've already bombed all America's forward bases over there and all the equipment. So, well, you guys are goopy big lumbering ass aircraft carriers. They had to move that out of there because they bombed the shit out of those, and they don't want to tell you that they bombed and shot the Abraham Lincoln, another one. They had to get out the Strait of Hormuz. They're about to blow it up.
Did you see the part when they said that the people had a 3D airplane drawn on the ground and America bombed that shit up?
Not even that. Not even that. It's even worse. Stay on the line. Hold on, let me just come back to this real quick. Hold on, let me show you something. Not only that, they were doing this. Give me a second. Let me go. I know a damn man got the video. Not only that, they were blowing up this building. This might be rare. Not only that, they were using blow up balloons. Watch this. They were blowing up damn tanks.
Wow.
All right, let me show you. It's right here. Watch this. Here we go.
Hi guys, do trust you well. Better late than ever. Do you want to see what the hell is going on in?
Yeah, they were using blow up. Oh, give me a second. Give me a second. It's funny as hell. They were using blow ups. Here's I want you guys listen to this first though. This guy said the same guy I told you. But let's go here. Let me show this real quick. Let me show you guys.
These people are mutants. They injected themselves into our history by adding 1,000, so we never know where they came from. Yeah, I just know where. These people are mutants. They injected themselves into our history by adding 1,000, so we never know where they came from. Yeah, I just know where. This is the Horites deity. They will call him Azazel, but today we know him as Shaggy. Goat people. These billionaires worship this guy, Baal. What do he look like? Shaggy? Same person. Then you wonder where this image come from. Experimentation of animal-human hybrids. Well, I don't even know what they human.
Okay.
Hybrids. And all of a sudden we got orphan trained kids and Cabbage Patch.
How they repopulated white people again 150 years ago with the Cabbage Patch Kids. They making motherfuckers in test tubes because Earth keeps getting rid of their ass.
As kids for the population boom. They worship.
Exactly, for the population boom, they keep building them, bringing them motherfuckers back.
Azazel, Shaggy, aka Bow. Now you got straight goat hair people like this guy talking about we're First Nations. Where your melanin that big dog? Get off them rocks.
Hold on, let me find a video. Let me find a video of these motherfuckers pumping up. That shit's hilarious. They were pumping up shit with that shit at. Here, is it? Let me see.
Hi guys. Looking at the world news at the moment, all I can say is...
Where's the one I had? Let me see if I can put on something. Hold on. It's hilarious. So what they doing? Let me see. I got it somewhere. Let me find out. What they're doing is... I think I got it over here. Let me see. I think it's a joke. What they're doing is... Oh, there it goes right there. Okay, watch. Here it is right here. Watch this, guys. This is so funny. They do in America. They got pump-up dolls of tanks, helicopters, and planes. So watch this. Watch that. This is what they've been bombing. Yeah, see that? So it said, keep U.S. fools busy blowing up Iranian army love doll spreading, spending billions daily. Exactly. They blow up this shit like a tank, and these shit look like helicopters and planes. Wow. Big planes over there. Yeah, they were ready. That's what I'm laughing.
They was ready.
Exactly right. Yes, speed. They've been planning for in the 40 years. They knew they were coming back. They couldn't allow them to be free. Remember, all places on the planet, everywhere's got Rothschild banks. There's only like 4 places don't have one. Iran, fucking North Korea, 2 other places.
Okay.
I think Russia got them out there, but there's only a few places that don't have them. But you have to know they got complete control of the planet. You have to know that. Then you're anti-Semite. If you say the truth. They own all your media. They own all your goddamn news. All your fucking entertainment. They own all of it. All of it.
Right. I was surprised somebody tried to blow them up. Blow them up or blow one of them relatives up or something like that. I mean, like you said, all this shit is coming to an end. All this thing, that's what it seems like to me.
Well, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. You got to get free at a little bit free at a time. That's why Iran has to win this battle. And they've been ordained to win this motherfucker. These wicked bastards. You know, take Iraq, Israel bombing to a parking lot. You know, see, they're important history. What then they can do? You know, no one's gonna come fight for no American. They told you only got 100,000 troops, and then the Rockets said they have 172,000 infantry, Marines, and 900. But that's not and 947,000 infantry army. But Jibba Jabba's saying they only have 100,000 that's available. Even with those numbers, that's almost 1 million you got, but it's not enough. It's just not enough people. You just don't got enough people. You know how big fucking Iraq is. How mountainous and big it is. You can never conquer it, you can never hold it. Just think about trying to conquer and then hold it. You can't hold it. Because you have guerrilla warfare in there, picking you up. You just don't have enough people. There's no way you could ever hold it.
Right.
You couldn't even hold Afghanistan. Iran, which is 5 times bigger than Afghanistan and Iraq combined. You think you're gonna hold Iran in its mountains? No, you're gonna be murdered. You're gonna be picked off. You're never gonna be able to hold it. So them trying to bomb it into submission ain't gonna work. And so Iran has bombed all American bases. Like I said, America, you're out of the Middle East. They bomb all your bases, all your embassies. You're done. You won't be allowed. The American people are going to say, oh, we're going to spend billions of dollars, trillions of dollars to go rebuild these bases. You motherfucking crazy. We're not going to accept that. We're not going to accept that shit. Now we know. All the money we're going to
They don't kick your ass out of their country.
Well, yeah, they kick them out too.
America. Get y'all shit out of our country. We don't want y'all around here no more, motherfucker. Y'all call too much shit.
When governors get bombed, they showed that they went and protect Israel, and they wouldn't go back and protect them. He said, fuck y'all. We're going to protect Israel, but they wouldn't protect the guys that keep the government propped up. Because remember, it's these fake kingdoms that prop up our economy through our damn through Wall Street. All their money is in all these corporations. Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. All their money props up our stock market and keeps our dollar from collapsing. So
yeah, I heard somebody tell me that Saudi Arabia is really a fake country and they really Jews.
Oh, the crypto Jews, yeah. Yeah.
They fake Arab, they actually really Jews.
Well, that's what they put in power. Yeah, well, they're not faking. The Europeans put them in power. Not fake like they were that. Yeah, they come from a Jewish background. Exactly. But I said that Saddam Hussein already knew that. Called them crypto Jews, faking to be Arabs. He knew they were Jews. They didn't know. They did. Like I said, I just researched their whole damn history. We researched the House of Saud. It goes back to what they call Sabbatean Judaism. Sabbatai Zedi, who was forced to become a Muslim because they said they're going to kill his ass. So Sabbatai Zedi became a Muslim. A fake Muslim. He never gave rid of Judaism, and that's where the House of Saud comes from. That's their relative.
Where did I go research and find that information? You put it up, and then I can look at it and have to go and check it out and try to read it or something.
Let's go back and research Sabbatai Zedi, and then Sabbatai Zedi or the Frankists. Say the Frankist Jews, all right? So that pop up. Then also, and then they go back and just get any kind of thing. Say, go back and research the House of Saud.
Okay.
That's what
I had to check you on YouTube because I tried my best to get into the. I thought I could pull the actual Black Fire Network. For some reason, I can't put it up.
Put it up on where?
I didn't put it up before, but I can't put it up now.
Put it up on where? We're talking about.
How the Black Fire Network? I was trying to put it up on my phone on Google. I'm trying to Google and put it on up.
You talking about .com?
I couldn't put it up.
You talking about the website?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You wasn't talking about today? You talking about today?
Yeah. I put it up today.
Yeah. Today it's under construction again. It's being moved.
Okay.
I moved it to a different server.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see now.
Yeah.
All right, but Brother T, man, thank you, man, for listening to me, man. I learned a lot, man, just now. And again, I'm just tripping on what's going to happen in 2 weeks from now as this war goes on. What is going to be the final outcome? Will Israel be bombed to almost oblivion, and with Russia and China joining? What I want to know.
No, Russia and China.
There's something going to have to give.
No, they have no reason to get in it unless they go. They try to go nuclear, and I don't believe they're going to go nuclear. They're going to go nuclear. No, they're not. You can say they're going to go nuclear. No, they're not.
The reason I say that is because I know America is stopping a lot of oil tankers from going over to them.
But now America's telling oil tankers to go. But the insurance company said, we're not going to pay for that shit. We're not going to pay for nobody to get blown the fuck up. We're not gonna pay for nobody to get blown the fuck up. She said, that's what Donald said. We're gonna escort you through there. I didn't escort them through there. And America can't even get in there without getting blown up. So Iran said, come on in. Come on, escort some people in there. And everybody said no. They're not going in there. Because they get insurance, because they won't get back by the insurance companies. It means you lose all, as soon as your shit gets blown up, you lose all your investment. So ain't no companies going up in there. Ain't no, so only one's been allowed to go in there is China. That's it. Because China and Iran are allies. They're not letting nobody else but the West go up in there. So England and all these European countries that get their oil and gas out of it are going to be hurt. they shut down the Straits of Hormuz. I'm let this guy tell you. Let me do this before we wrap. Let this guy say what he said. Let me go here real quick. Hold on. Let me go where.
Imagine waking up tomorrow and the gas station near your house has a line stretching 3 blocks. The price board reads, numbers you have never seen in your lifetime. Your phone is buzzing with alerts. Stock markets in Tokyo, Seoul, and London are in free fall.
Are in free fall because the Gulf states prop up all these fake ass markets. Okay? So your stock market's in free. You're talking about complete economic collapse. You're talking about, am I pretending? Am I FBA? Am I Caribbean? All that goofy shit. And your whole goddamn economy's about to collapse, you fucking moron.
Imagine waking up tomorrow and the gas station near your house has a line stretching 3 blocks. The price board reads, numbers you have never seen in your lifetime. Your phone is buzzing with alerts. Stock markets in Tokyo, Seoul, and London are in free fall. And somewhere in a narrow strip of water, barely 21 miles wide, the entire world economy is being held hostage. That is not a movie plot. That is what is happening right now. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why the next 72 hours could determine the fate of the global economy, the future of the Middle East, and whether the world tips towards something far more dangerous than anyone is ready to admit. Stay with me. Because what Iran just did in the Strait of Hormuz is unlike anything we have seen in modern history. And the United States Navy's response to it is even more extraordinary. To understand the full weight of what is unfolding, we need to go back to the beginning. Not years back, just days. Because this crisis erupted with terrifying speed, and most people still do not understand how we got here or how serious it truly is. On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched a massive coordinated military operation against Iran. The operation was codenamed Operation Epic Fury by the Pentagon and Operation...
And the reason why they want to do regime change, they need to bring them under the Rothschilds banking scam, guys. That's what this is about. Right. Iran didn't do shit to nobody. They must be brought back in to this banking scam of these cats with the hats. That's what it's about. Because everything's now moving so fastly. They're trying to make this blockchain shit because the American dollar's collapsing. This makes the American dollar collapse even faster.
Roaring Lion by Israel. Within hours, the world knew this was not a limited strike. This was something far larger. Thousands of targets inside Iran were hit. Nuclear facilities, military infrastructure, air defense systems, and command centers were struck in wave after wave of precision attacks. And in the process, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed. The man who had led Iran for over 3 decades was gone. And what happened next set the entire Middle East on fire. Iran's response was immediate, ferocious, and calculated. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, launched what it called Operation True Promise 4. Hundreds of ballistic missiles and thousands of drones were fired, not just at Israel, but at every country in the region that hosts American military assets. Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Jordan. Every single member of the Gulf Cooperation Council was struck within a single 24-hour period. A researcher at Qatar University described it to Breaking Defense with words that should stop you in your tracks. She said, and I quote, "For the first time in history, all the GCC states were targeted by the same actor within 24 hours. Their long-standing nightmare scenario has happened." Let that land for a moment. Every Gulf monarchy, every American ally in the region,
Gulf monarchy, these fake monarchs, these fake kings that were put there by the cats with the motherfucking hats.
all hit simultaneously. In Dubai, explosions lit up the skyline near the Burj Al Arab and Palm Jumeirah. Dubai International Airport was struck, forcing evacuations. In Bahrain, where the United States Navy's Fifth Fleet is headquartered, Iranian drones scored a direct hit on the base itself. In Kuwait, the international airport was damaged.
You control the people's money, that brings you to power, tends to be. You control the people's currency, that would bring you power. So they knew that. So they got control of currency 300 years ago. And then they started to branch out from England to France and just keep branching all over the world. So that's what you see now. 300 years of dominance in banking and capturing countries and forcing them to be part of their banking scams so they can get more power.
Saudi Arabia, drones reached Riyadh and the eastern province. Qatar intercepted multiple waves of missiles over Doha. Imagine waking up tomorrow and the gas station near your house has...
Part two.
In Kuwait, the international airport was damaged. In Saudi Arabia, drones reached Riyadh and the eastern province. Qatar intercepted multiple waves of missiles over Doha, where residents reported hearing a dozen explosions in the space of a few hours. The United Arab Emirates intercepted hundreds of missiles and drones, but debris still fell on residential areas, and one drone struck near the United States consulate in Dubai, causing a fire. Now here is what the mainstream coverage keeps glossing over. These were not random attacks. Iran was sending a very specific message. It was targeting United States military infrastructure across the entire region simultaneously, demonstrating that it had the reach, the inventory, and the will to drag every American ally into this conflict, whether they wanted to be involved or not. And that changes the strategic calculation completely. But as catastrophic as those strikes were, they were not the move that is shaking the world's financial system to its core. That move happened in a narrow body of water that most people could not find on a map. And yet, without it, the lights go out in Japan, fuel prices spike in China, and economies from Europe to Southeast Asia begin to suffocate. We are talking about the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. That is it, 21 miles. And through those 21 miles flows approximately 20 million barrels of oil every single day. That represents roughly 20% of the entire world's oil supply. Saudi Arabia ships its oil through it. The UAE ships through it. Kuwait, Iraq, Qatar. Every major Gulf producer depends on this choke point to get their energy to the world. And Iran, sitting right on its northern bank, knows exactly what it controls. On March 2nd, a senior IRGC official made it official. The Strait of Hormuz was closed. Any vessel attempting to cross would be targeted. Iranian commanders broadcast the warning on emergency radio channels. Their words were direct and chilling. The strait is closed, and whoever wants to cross, our heroes will set those ships on fire.
He said the strait is closed. And anybody coming in with your fuck shit that can get oil, we're going to blow your ass about the water. So we're going to destroy the world's economy. Okay? The food supply, all the supplies, it's going to get rough. Okay? We niggas on TikTok talk about where you're at FBA. We're going to figure out, can you pay gas? Can you pay your light bill? Because it's about to get fucked up around here.
Within hours, tanker traffic dropped to zero. Not slowed, zero. Shipping giants Maersk, CMA CGM, and Hapag-Lloyd all suspended transits.
Exactly, refused going because the insurance company said, we're not insurance, none of the vessels go up. They never told you going to blow you up. So we're not going to pay for you getting blown up. So, hey, we can't go. So that's what Trump said. Don't make a difference. We'll just go in there. We'll protect you. They say, you crazy as cat shit, orange man. We're not going up in there. You sound crazy as cat shit.
War risk insurance was pulled entirely for vessels in the region. Over 3,000 commercial ships were suddenly trapped in the Persian Gulf with nowhere to go, and the global energy market began to go into shock. Now here is where the economic story becomes something that every single person watching this video needs to understand, because this is not just a Middle East story. This is a story about your electric bill, your grocery prices, your retirement account, and the global economic order that has kept modern civilization functioning. Within days of the closure, U.S. oil prices surged 28%. Brent crude climbed toward $86 per barrel. Analysts at J.P. Morgan, one of the world's most closely watched financial institutions, issued an urgent warning. If the Strait of Hormuz remains closed and Gulf producers are forced to shut down production due to storage overflow, Brent crude could hit $120 per barrel. Iraq has already confirmed it cut production by 1.5 million barrels. In Kuwait, the international airport was damaged. In Saudi Arabia,
All right, fam, I'm going to wrap this up. Say much love.
All right, my brother, man.
I'm back, fam. I'll be back on the weekends. I'm back to go out and get my shit together. So I'm back for good. Appreciate you calling in, 10 Speed, man.
All right, my brother. Good show, man. Like you said, the best show around, period. It's just that some people just ain't qualified to understand how deep you taking it. So I feel much honored. I got you on the phone kicking it with the brother. Hope I meet you in Florida one day, man. Kick it and go whatever.
Yeah, that's what's
Other
up.
than that, man, bro, you have a good week, man. I really
You too, man.
appreciate this, man.
You too, man. Appreciate you calling in, 10 Speed. Much love, family.
Yes, sir. All right, my brother. See you later.
Peace. All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up, family. We're gonna wrap this thing up. Black, hot, fire. Got banned on TikTok again. Didn't make it through TikTok tonight again. Woo! We out. Woo! Black, hot, fire. Woo! Sounds so good. Get my thing stop working right, shit. Woo! Come on. All right, we out, family. Black, hot, fire. Woo! Come on. Black, hot, fire. Much love, man. Damn, it's audio. Come on, come on, come on. Much love, family. We out. Black, hot, fire. One, two, black, hot, fire. Feels good to be back. It's a learning curve again. Feels good to be back though. Black, hot, fire. It's a learning curve. I'm learning again how to do the shows. Black, hot, fire. Black, hot, fire. Come on, come on, come on. Much love, family, much love. Black, hot, fire. Come on. Oh, woo! Black, hot, fire. Come on, come on. Black, hot, fire. Black, hot, fire. We out. We out. We out. We out. Woo! Much love, family. Thanks for everybody showing up again. Good to see everybody back. I'm back. Took me a minute. I'm back. Much love, everybody. Have a good night. See everybody. Everybody have a good week. Peace, family. I'm out.